Okay. I can see.
Now mine should also be coming through. I can see on the monitor just fine. Dan, say something.
I am saying something right now.
Yeah, there's a delay, but I can hear it.
Well, there's going to be a delay, because streams always have a delay.
Well, yeah, but I can hear your stuff, and then...
Yeah, this is more just a test for volume, because like I said, everyone else is going to be coming from my desktop audio. Mine's going to be direct audio input.
Everything sounds about the same level when I'm hearing it.
Perfect, perfect. Yeah, it looks like it on the monitors.
I mean, it sounds slightly muted, but that I don't know if that's just because I'm listening to it on here, and I'm like actually in Discord with you guys, and then hearing it, or what. But it's sounding a little bit low.
Yeah, it's because I'll probably need to balance some people's audio.
Hearing everything twice can
throw
really
things off a bit.
I mean, once we're good and we're starting, I'm getting off the stream. I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, this is just to do a quick audio test.
Also, wow, that spelling of my name.
Oh. Which name did I have way off, or?
Furfollows.
Oh, I did F-A, didn't I?
Yeah.
I can't easily change that now, so...
Oh, no,
well, you're Farfallis now.
Yeah, because I would literally have to end the stream to go change that now, so... Because I can't edit things on the... Or actually, wait, can I?
We are who we are.
Oh, I can! Hold on. I'm dumb, I can do that. Ha! I fixed it.
Sweet.
No one was the wiser that there was any technical anything going on. Hi, anyone who's viewing. I don't know how many of you are actually just these guys and how many of you are actual viewers, but this is going to be our... We're just working out the last little technical things on our hopefully not completely a mess Tomb of Horrors adventure. I mean, it'll be a mess because we're all going to die because it's the Tomb of Horrors, and that's how the Tomb of Horrors works. But, you know, other than that, yeah, just working out a few things.
Alright, I'm jumping off the stream now.
Cool.
Because that's really throwing me off.
Yeah, I would recommend, even if you were leaving it up, mute it.
Oh yeah, I was like sitting there and it's like echo.
Yeah, like even if you're going to leave it up, I would highly recommend muting it. Because otherwise that gets real annoying real fast.
No, I'm not going to do that.
There, I have it at 1 volume.
I can't get my own freaking laptop again. But I'm poor. And it's a laptop or eat for the next month.
Eating is always nice.
I recommend it. It's good for living.
Yeah,
living's
I mean,
pretty good.
I like it so far.
It's
Okay, so, ladies and gentlemen, are we ready to begin?
I mean, ready is a strong word. But,
ready is always going to be a strong word.
I mean, I'm here.
Yeah, Dan, I will hand this over to you then.
Well, you don't want to introduce your streamers?
Like
your viewers? We're your streamers. I don't Twitch, man.
Yeah, I'm more of a YouTube guy from 5 years ago. 7 years ago. Oh God. Time is an illusion. Look at my hands.
Time's not real.
Yeah, hey guys, Jeeps here. We're streaming again. We're doing D&D. We're gonna get murdered in Tomb of Horrors by this guy. I'd point at Dan, but he is not anywhere near a room with me, so that doesn't actually work. But he's the one at the top of the list on the left-hand side. Yeah, we don't have video for this. I know. Video's hard, and I'm lazy, so we're using still pictures that we got off the internet to represent our characters. Cause yeah. Anyways,
picture, which is me.
Yeah, except for the DM, who is him. That is he, the Dungeon Mapster. I'll probably end up just calling him Dan a whole bunch because it's a force of habit. But yeah, with that, I'm going to hand it over because despite the fact that you're going to see things from my viewpoint, I don't have a whole lot of control over anything at all in life.
anything.
But especially not in this tomb of murder.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us to this D&D mini adventure for the Tomb of Horrors, as brought to you by Tales of the Yawning Portal. Tomb of Horrors being an original Gygax invention. It was created to test high-level players who felt very haughty about their characters, and was designed to humble them through very quick, very multiple means of death and dismemberment. However, due to scaling in Tales from the Yawning Portal and traps, our 4 players here, are starting off at level 12. And we'll start with Phantom 8-Bit. Phantom, tell us about your character, race, and class.
Hey, I'm Phantom, and I am playing Forest Thundertree. He is a 8-foot tall Furbolg man who is a very odd mutt combination of barbarian, druid, and monk. And I don't know what I was thinking, but hopefully it's fun.
What archetypes did you go for barbarian, druid, and monk?
He is a Storm Herald barbarian, Circle of the Moon druid, and Way of the Four Elements monk.
So, a bit of an amalgamation of everything. I've seen a lot of people multi-class, but I've never seen too many people tri-class. So, that'll definitely be interesting.
Yeah,
Coming
I
in
guess I'm gonna
next.
try hard.
Coming in next, we have your boy Jeeps. Jeeps, tell us about your character.
You're gonna get so hung up on not saying Atna this whole time, aren't you? I don't really
Dude,
care.
I tried to find you on Facebook earlier to send you a message, and I kept searching for Altessio.
That's funny. That's funny. But anyways, yeah, I am going to be playing Golan Rasselnot, the halfling Horizon Walker Ranger. So he's going to be, hopping all around, all teleporty, and probably getting impaled by like a spike trap or something. Because Tomb of Horrors. I don't expect to live long. This is how this works. So I just expect to live a little, maybe.
We're supposed to live?
I mean,
Well,
it's optional.
hopefully that's the plan. I'm not trying to kill anybody. However, we'll go over death rules here in a minute.
He's lying.
Rolling on to the next character and player, we have Furfalis.
How's it going? I'm rolling up a dwarf life cleric. I don't. What else do you want to know? Pretty standard.
A name would be nice.
Just tack. I went with a generic reference. I'm surprised nobody's mentioned it so far, but whatever.
Tack. I've not noticed any tack.
Discworld, man, Discworld.
Never heard of it.
He's
Yeah.
the god of the dwarves.
I need to read Discworld eventually.
I'm a very shameful dwarf. And last but certainly not least, we have my buddy Mitchell. Mitchell, you want to tell us about your character?
Alright, so my guy's name is Baracus. He is a tiefling storm sorcerer. Last to die.
Was he previously on Mortal Kombat?
That is a negative.
Oh, Baraka, I get it.
Was he on the A team?
If we get hit with a cease and desist, that'll be on you, buddy.
Actually, I feel like it'll be from my my little profile picture that I got going.
Mr.
Yeah,
Definitely
Yogscast
not
one.
Simon Honeydew from the Yogscast.
All right, so getting into character and death rules. Originally, I wanted everyone to have a spare backup character because I do like happy endings and seeing adventures. Thank you. Seeing adventures gone through to completion. However, Tack, your resident life dwarf, who is responsible for keeping you alive, suggested to me that we should only go with one because that adds to the danger of it. And
Yeah, thanks, Tack.
even further
Thanks,
than that,
man.
this
It's alright.
campaign, or this small dungeon run, even though it's taken straight from the Tales of the Yawning Portal, Tomb of Horrors, I'm making one slight adjustment to it. I'm going to be following it along the best I can, along with the basic rules as covered in the Player's Handbook and Xanathar's Guide to Everything, as well as any other published D&D material. It is all about death and your HP. So found on page 197 of the Player's Handbook, dropping to 0 hit points. When you drop to 0 hit points, you either die outright or fall unconscious, as explained in the following sections. let's go with instant death. Massive death, or massive damage, massive death, can kill you instantly. When damage reduces you to 0 hit points and there is damage remaining, you die if the remaining damage equals or exceeds your hit point maximum. So, for example, let's say, Tack, how much HP do you have?
1 second. 126.
All right, Tack has 126 HP. I would, if he was down to 1 HP, I would need to deal 127 damage in order to take him out. That's very hard to do, especially I feel in 5th edition, but that's my own qualms with it. So, being the Tomb of Horrors and being a death trap for everyone and everything, I've modded that rule. So instead of dropping to negative hit point maximum, you are dropping to negative half of your maximum. So instead of 126, you would only be able to drop to negative 63 points. I believe my math is right there, before dying outright. And that's a lot easier to do. But let's be thankful that it's not 3.5 edition where if you hit negative 10, you were dead.
Yeah, that'd be bad.
That doesn't matter what level you are. It's a terrible time for terrible people. I enjoyed it.
I think I only ever lost like one 3/5 character.
You are more fortunate than the rest of us, sorry sods.
Well, he was a necromancer that I got a little bit too excited with.
Well, let's go ahead and take everyone off the starting panel, and I'll switch everyone over to the start of the Tomb of Horrors. I do have a little ambient sound. I'll be playing it at a low enough volume. Players, if it's too loud for you, you can turn it down by going to the jukebox section or by adjusting the volume on your computers. This ambience is brought to you by Darkest Dungeon. A party is just sitting in a dungeon and we're hearing all sorts of spooky, scary sounds, which, great game, highly recommend it. Very similar to Tomb of Horrors outright.
We're not in a dungeon, I'm on some grass.
I'm in black, pitch black.
Pitch black? I did not give you enough vision.
Ah!
You're at the top.
I'm blind.
You're at the top of the screen. Can you see it?
Checking.
Very top, slightly to the left.
There we go. Okay, I got it.
It's a big map. All right, so the characters have arrived at the site of the Demi-Lich's last haunt. Before you is a low, flat-topped hill, about 200 yards wide, 300 yards long, and 60 feet high. Only ugly weeds, thorns, and briars grow upon the steep sides and bald top of the mound. There are black rocks you saw from a distance, sitting at the top of the hill. A thorough inspection in search of the entire area, as you all have lapped around this, reveals only that the north side of the hill has a crumbling cliff of sand and gravel about 20 feet high throughout the entire cliff face. A low stone ledge overhangs this eroded area, and shrubs and brushes obscure it from observation at a distance. So, you all rode in a very wide formation, just keeping things a good eye out. And I want everyone to go ahead and roll me the first roll of the night, which is a perception check.
Hold on. I forgot to add my modifier.
I forgot you could just click. Duh.
Roll 20 is a little bit from... if you don't mind,
first roll's
for
better.
Flawless, I'm just gonna roll with your first roll. Something to be said about crits. You cannot critically succeed on a skill check. It's just rolling very high. The only time you can crit is in a death saving throw or in combat.
side note, where are the other two teammates? I can only see Brockus.
I can only
Brockus?
see Adna.
That is because it is night, and you can see. That's right, Force. You would be emitting light with that hooded lantern, wouldn't you?
Yes.
All right, so
Bright
I'm
light
going
40
to
feet,
see.
dim light for 20. See, I'm a shining beacon right now.
Yeah, that and I got dark vision. I feel like I could see a little further since there's some light out here.
All right, so Tack, if you look over to the left, you
Ah.
should be able to see
Okay, yeah,
Forest
cool.
Thunder Tree lighting up the area. So highest roll is going to go to Mitchell Baracus. Mitchell, in front of you, you see a skeleton laying down, face down in the grass, but there's a spear next to him, and it seems to be pointing towards the wall. What would you like to do?
Is there anything that I noticed to the left or right of it, like further down?
Nothing that you can see. This seems to be almost an indicator, or like like those signs, abandon hope, all ye who enter here. It's just the corpse of an adventurer that fell here long ago, whose body was exposed to the elements, and all that remains is the bones and a decrepit-looking spear.
I informed Tack about this as well.
I guess I'm gonna toss up a light spell real quick, just like on Baracus, and then I'll have the other guys come over and see what they think.
All right, so everyone else, you can move over towards Tack and Baracus as Tack calls out for you all. I'm not going to count movement speed in this particular instance, only when, it matters. Outside exploration is fine. Inside, it gets a little more strict. So you throw the light spell onto Baracus, and Baracus, lights up like a beautiful, quaint little tiefling lighthouse. And how much light is with the spell?
There you go.
All right, so 40 feet and dim light after 20 feet.
Also, I'm a wait. No, what's your character's name?
Who?
And,
Is that Golan?
Sorry, it's Golan.
So yeah,
I had accidentally muted my mic at one point and had not noticed. I'm professional.
Golan, I feel like you might be most well equipped, so I'm gonna give you some guidance and see if you can see what's going on a little bit better.
All right, so this is Dan, describe to me again what I see. It's the decrepit skeleton with a spear, kind of that's on the ground, and it's kind of pointed towards the wall.
Yes, it's pointed towards the wall. You can tell that the spear head itself, the metal bit, though rusted by the elements, it also looks almost like it's been scoured and polished by the sand and gravel.
Is it roughly where I am now, or is it farther over?
It's roughly where you are.
All right, so it's you said sand and gravel. Does it look like it's pointing at like a specific particular spot on the wall, or is it just like this is where the guy collapsed kind of thing? Or I guess is there some sort of check I should make to see if there's any?
Yeah, go ahead and make just another perception check. You can throw in guidance with that.
All right, guidance is just to add a D4 to it. Alrighty, perception, and I'll roll the D4 just because why not? Because that's a really good roll. Okay, so 26 total.
All right. So with your outstanding roll of 26, you notice that it looks like the spear was being used to stab into the wall to try to find a way in. Because with a wall of sand and gravel, it's hard enough to dig through it. and it seems that this poor adventurer, whoever it was, collapsed trying to find the entrance to this tomb that is rumored to be the lair of a rogue or renegade wizard.
Why didn't he just go home?
Well, it's kind of like a prospector during the gold rush. You don't really go home, you just want to strike it big.
You gotta find that pocket.
If he's gonna die there, he could at least like go back, take a break, come back, and keep doing it like the other gold rush people. There must have been something. There's probably something that kept him there, like idiocy.
So driven was this poor adventurer by the promise of gold and glory that he stayed until his dying breath.
Yeah, idiocy.
There's a fine line.
Yeah, it led us here, so...
Is there anything special about the arrowhead or the spearhead that's just been sitting there, or is it just really shiny from being stabbed in the wall?
I'm not going to say it's shiny, I'm just saying it's not as rusted as it should be. Almost like jabbing it into the wall of sand and gravel helped clean it off a little bit, helped scour it. But you do notice that the tip is very blunted. It's almost like
something.
Yes, it seems that where he fell, as he kept stabbing into the wall, he kept hitting solid rock behind it.
Okay, so wherever he was hitting, it was obviously not an entrance.
Right.
Does the spear look like if I pick it up, it's gonna just like fall apart in my hand, or does it look like it's still enough to where I can stab into a wall with it?
It looks to be in pretty good condition.
Alright. I would like to pick up the spear.
Before he touches it, resistance on him.
Whoa. I don't know what all that is.
What happened?
The stream's not going to see what just happened because I don't have the roll section like visible. But that is some very strange text that came up with those rolls.
Yeah, I don't know what those are.
Yeah, I'm real paranoid. So before anybody does anything, I'm just gonna randomly cast stuff.
Well, I wanted to pick up the spear and take a step up to where like Golan, I guess, is at.
Golan.
And stab the spear forward into the wall, close to where the guy died. Like maybe he was like a foot away from the entrance and was just an idiot.
Or maybe he's dead for a reason.
Well, I mean, hey,
killed him.
If I die by stabbing a wall, then that's a story for another day.
Pretty sad story.
Yeah.
Well, I might actually... Because it's possible what he was hitting wasn't a wall, but a door. Well, no, that would be more obvious, I guess. I feel like I want to try and see if I can find if there are any... I want to start looking for secret doors. Because it doesn't look like there's any sort of obvious entrance. So whatever the entrance is clearly hidden.
Right, it's kind of like if you've ever used a spud bar, which spud bars are the devil. As you ram it into a hole in the ground, you know immediately if you hit either wood from a tree root or a rock, because the whole thing would just jar.
Gotcha.
But what if it's one of those entrances that's literally a stone, but you have to find one of those like recesses you press in order for the stone to move to open the entrance?
Well, it'll just take some time before you're able to hit something there. So, Forrest, as you continue to check that area not far from where he fell, you jam it in there and you hear, just a clank. You feel it reverberate up the spear. It feels like you hit just solid rock.
Okay.
So are you just going to continue checking, off towards the right?
I kind of want to go in to work in tandem with Golan to kind of make sure like we're finding these entrance. So like maybe instead of like stabbing into it, could I like take the spear and like kind of drag it along the right side and kind of like walk a little bit, not like too far away from him, but just kind of like walk and use the spear's tip to see if I hit anything, kind of like
using a very long pole to check the depth of like a pool.
Exactly, yeah.
I'm going to say no, simply because it would take a lot to continuously check against the jarring of the gravel and the sturdiness of the sand. Even though sand's not that sturdy, if you've ever tried to move something while it was buried in sand, very difficult to do.
Okay, well then, can I just like take it out and kind of stab along for another 5 feet away from him?
Sure, as you continue to stab along that wall of sand and gravel, takes you about another 10 minutes to search each 10-foot wide space along that cliff face, and so far you find nothing.
All right.
I'd
Well,
like to start
then I'm
just.
gonna-
Or, go ahead.
Go ahead. I was gonna see what you were gonna do.
Oh, I was just gonna start. I'm gonna start looking around to see if there's any like. So there's this one skeleton here. Is there any other sign of anyone having tried to enter this? Like, can I want to start looking around to see if there's any other indications of someone trying to make their way in, or if something maybe having shifted or moved, or. I want to start looking for indications of any sort of secret entrance, pretty much.
From what you can see where you are, you see nothing currently. No further indications.
Gotcha. Well, let's. And how high up is the wall? I'm assuming it's too high to like climb, and it doesn't look really climbable anyway. But just to have an idea, like how high up does this go?
It is. The cliff face is 60 feet high, and let's see, only ugly weeds, thorns, and briars grow upon the steep sides and bald top of the mound. There are black rocks up on top of the hill as you approached. A thorough inspection and search for the entire area revealed only the north side, where you are now, of the hill has a crumbling cliff of sand and gravel, and the sand and gravel only goes up about 20 feet before it reaches the low stone ledge overhang.
Gotcha. So there's about a 20-foot wall where it seems like maybe there could be some sort of entrance concealed somewhere, as best as we've been able to tell just from walking around here, pretty much.
Right.
Got it. And from walking over from where I originally started, like farther over to the left, I didn't see any other like bodies or anything like that on the way over this bit, did I?
What was your perception roll when you
It
first
was
rolled?
18.
26.
26 was the one for whatever I just did, but the initial one for the body was an 18.
All right, so 2 seconds.
Hey guys, I got a spear.
Ah, sweet! The first, hell yeah, we got our first loot.
Did anybody check to make sure the skeleton's not gonna attack us at any point?
All right, so
That would make way too much sense. Of course we didn't.
I'm a
Judging from your-
flame on the corpse.
judging from your roll earlier, you did notice that more far towards the far left side, it looks like there was less gravel and stone there. But you can tell that in some portions, things appear to be a little more sunken in than normal, and you're not entirely sure from your perception roll if that's from the unevenness of the wall or if that's perhaps leading into an entrance.
Well, it may be worth checking out regardless.
Are
So
you
I bring that
telling
up.
us this?
Yeah, I bring that up. It's like I remember on the way over to near the body, there was some of the stone was a bit more recessed in. It may be worth seeing if there's anything back over there. It could just be the shape of the wall, but
Should I use my new spear?
I mean, you can. So I'm gonna start heading back over that way. I'm assuming that was here-ish, probably.
I'm gonna follow him with the spear and everything just to see.
All right, you were more so towards.
Okay,
this
it was
area.
it was way all the way over. Gotcha.
Yeah, you guys came in at a very wide formation.
Circled from opposite sides.
So, looking at the map, towards the left, you can see where it's kind of sunken in.
All right, well, I'm gonna go over to where it is. Go into the sunken in spot, so about like here-ish.
It would really start about here.
Okay.
All right, so while you guys are walking over that way, Barakas and Tak, are you guys wanting to check the wall at any point?
No. But before everybody wanders around, I'm gonna bring up the fact that if they're willing, I can use Speak with Dead to like maybe ask with his body to see what's going on.
I mean, if you want. I mean, he's probably just going to tell us he failed because he died.
But he may
Well, we
have
can-
some idea of what to be looking for, even if he
Yeah,
wasn't
we
able
can
to
ask
find
him
it.
5 questions, but really, I just want to know what killed him, so I know what to avoid.
What killed you? Stupidity.
There you go. There's the card for it.
All right, that's probably a good move.
I mean, I can ask the plants to point us in the right direction of the entrance.
How are the plants going to tell you?
They can
I'm gonna
move.
walk over to them as well.
Forest Thunder Tree also has a family history of Lorax in his family tree.
Yeah.
Does he have a giant mustache?
No, I have a beard.
No, he has mutton chops.
I
So
thought I had mutton chop.
everyone has mutton chops.
I mean, I'm a halfling. I definitely have mutton chops.
It's the mutton chop crew.
This is
The
a
Chester A.
fantastic-
Arthur of mutton chops.
Our guild is called the Muttons.
Much
Mutton
to do
hunters.
If
about
you fail,
mutton.
you get chopped.
There we go.
All right,
much
so-
much to do about mutton. I like it.
I'm sorry,
And we're
Golan, you
gonna-
said you were using a quarterstaff to check that rock face?
I don't actually have a
I do
quarter.
You wanna
staff.
apologize,
use
I
the
was helping.
spear?
I actually do not have a quarter.
with technical problems.
No worries. I actually do not have a quarterstaff, but I've got.
Do you want to use my spear?
Yeah,
I
that
found?
actually probably be better because like I've got a short sword, but
What's
other
that
and
spear
daggers.
made of?
Just wood and metal.
Yeah, it seems just like a basic, just decrepit, beaten up spear. I'm guessing.
Yeah, I'll hand it to you.
Yeah, that seems like a good.
combat, especially with the blunted tip, but good enough for.
Actually, I've got a dungeoneering
Yeah,
pack. I have tools I could use probably for this, like crowbars and baton and like pythons and stuff like that.
I
Well,
got a
I mean, I have a
shovel.
10-foot pole, but why not use the spear?
yeah, let's just use the crappy spear because if it gets broken, no one cares. So,
Exactly.
yeah, I'm gonna use that to dig around, see if I can find the presence
Alright,
of any sort of
so-
secret door.
Are you determinedly stabbing in one spot, or are you like stabbing in one spot, moving towards the left?
Hmm.
How would you be going about checking this wall?
Probably stabbing, like I'd stab in and like try and like tap it and try and get the feel for okay, solid rock. Okay, kind of moving around trying to see if at any point it feels like the impact feels different, like it feels, oh, maybe it's thinner here, or maybe it's like more hollow, or try
I'm
it.
gonna assist in looking for with my quarterstaff.
Okay, cool. So it takes 10 minutes for you
Those are
guys
for
to...
both of them.
I
It
appreciate
takes 10 minutes for you guys to search each 10-foot wide space along the cliff face.
Oh, keep in mind, you
and-
can't have it up on both of us. It's a concentration spell. It'll end on
Oh.
one as soon as you cast it the second time.
Oof.
So,
Well, it's up to a minute, so he could just go 1 and 1 and 1 and 1.
Like he can put one on one person for a minute, but then he would have to switch
Golan can
off
have
for
it.
another minute. Unfortunately, with concentration, you can't have two up at the same time, even if they do last a minute.
Golan can have it then.
All right. So, as you and Brockus continue to check,
I
Brockus,
wanna
it
keep an
takes you a
eye
bit
out to make sure
more
everything's
to check
fine.
that. All right. So you're keeping an eye out. Tak, being the dutiful life cleric, is checking everything. Golan, you finally make it to a part of the cliff face. This is after it's been taking 10 minutes to search each 10-foot wide space among the cliff face. It's taking you guys about an hour, I'll say. So, night's more so in full effect. And Golan, you feel your spear sink deep into the gravel and into the gravel and the sand.
We
You
may
don't
have
feel it
something.
strike anything on the other side.
It's this far in and still no rock, so this is something different.
Right, you pushing in further and further, and before you know it, you only have like the smallest of grips on this spear, and it's buried deep into the sand and the gravel.
Okay, so it definitely goes through here. The question is, I don't really think we could just walk through that, nor do we really know if that's
I
a...
have a shovel. Actually, you have a shovel too, I think.
Yeah, I do.
All right. So, as Tack, are you gonna get in on the diggy diggy?
I mean, I'm apprehensive, but yeah, I'm a dwarf. I have to.
Yeah,
Do we wanna,
it's the
like-
rules.
Do you guys want to like wrap a rope around each other so you guys don't get lost going deep into this thing, or make sure like nothing pulls you away from everybody else?
I'm gonna tie my rope to you because you're the biggest thing
I'm a-
around here.
Yeah, I'm a big SOB.
He's a big boy.
I'm a big
Big
boy,
ol', he's a big old building.
and I also don't have a shovel. So
I'm gonna cast guidance on myself to help digging.
Alrighty. So, as you dig, after about 10 minutes, both digging in about the same spot, more or less, like a chain gang, you are able to open up a crawl space, and you can crawl through it, or you can take an hour to clear out the entire section.
I don't think I can fit through a crawl space, guys.
Yeah, like, I can probably get through real easy, but...
I'm. That's up to Golan.
I could probably get through, but I don't think you're going to be following all that easily. So
I mean,
we may
I
want
can
to...
turn into a smaller creature, but I would prefer not to shapeshift more than I need to. It kind of
And
hurts sometimes.
Yeah, gravel and sand does function like, its real world counterparts. You take something from the bottom, it will fall down.
Mm-hmm. So we may just want to...
Let's just move it all out.
Alright, so we're moving everything out.
Alright, yeah,
I
let's get
guess
to
so.
work.
Alright.
Let's all go.
Takes you about another hour, so been at the entrance of the Tomb of Horrors for about 2 hours now. And after that hour, you are able to clear out a 20-foot section.
At least we work fast.
Hey, I mean, at least we found the entrance. That one guy couldn't even do that. He was way off.
All right.
But hey, at least
Golan,
the spear
Forrest,
made it.
Baracus, and Tack, as you guys move around, that gray line is more so the overhanging cliff face right now. Had to draw my walls somewhere.
Okay.
All right, because mapping is a chore. As you guys clear it out, you see that the inner pathway, the corridor before you is made of plain stone, roughly worked, and it is dark and full of cobwebs. The ceiling overhead is obscured by hanging strands of webbing.
Does it look like cobwebs or spider webs?
Cobwebs.
Okay.
Well, to make things a little easier for myself, even though I've got a lantern, I am going to go ahead, and now that we found the entrance, and we're going to be going inside this super dark dungeon, darkest dungeon, if you will, I'm going to go ahead and cast Dark Vision.
All right.
So that I can have Dark Vision.
60
Wait,
feet, and then
Yeah, it's 60 and 60, so...
If you don't want to waste a spell slot.
Now keep in mind, the light will make it just even better, is the thing, because it'll just mean I have even better vision with I've got a lantern, which is better than the light spell, but...
I don't.
all
I
right.
don't
So you
have-
have a lantern and you have dark vision, which
Yeah,
is 120 feet, where it gets dim after about 60 feet. Correct?
I mean, it's 60. Yeah, it's 60 feet. I can see in dim light if it were bright light for 60 feet, and then darkness if it were dim light for 60 feet.
Got it.
So the lantern will still help because it'll give me the bright light, and I'll have the bright light, then the 60 feet of dim light acting as bright light, and so on.
Well, I believe everyone else can see your light, and your vision is adjusted accordingly.
All right. Well, I'm gonna step.
You walk in, you hear your boots echo off the walls as they click-clack across the stone.
I am also
Push
going
cobwebs
to.
out of the way, and towards the end, you see a pair of oaken doors at the end of the passageway. It looks like the doors would open outward by means of great iron ring pulls.
Forrester up.
I gotta open the doors. All right. Anybody want to check up for traps first?
That's what I'm about to. That's what I was just looking up exactly what I need to be doing. I'm going to attempt to be actively looking up for traps, which I can do while moving at my normal speed because of the dungeoneering feat, so it doesn't slow me down. I need to do it.
All right.
So and that is just a perception challenged by the traps DC, if there are any. So I guess I roll perception checks, and we'll see if I find if I am able to see any. Just checking the floor, like on the way up to the door, and then I'll kind of check around the door.
If I wanted to help him look for traps, does that give him advantage, or do we both roll perception?
That would give him a +5.
Okay, can I do that
Using
then?
the help action.
+5? Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I do not have advantage to find traps from Dungeon Delver. I have advantage to find doors. So.
Well, I mean, you got his guidance for D4, and then.
Oh yeah, no. I was
helping.
just making sure I didn't also have advantage from anything, but. Golden Wrestle not and perception. So I rolled a 50, so it's a 20 because of the +5 from helping. Roll 1d4, add another 4, so a 24.
All right. So as you look into,
I'm probably using the haft of that spear still to kind of tap stones in front of me and doing all the usual kind of checking around, cautious, but still moving relatively quickly for someone who's only 3.5 feet tall can move.
all right. As you look around, you are confident that you can find no traps in this area.
All right. Well, I'll have moved up to the door either way. Acting back, it's hallway's clear at least.
Should we check the door itself?
That was. I mean, I was kind of trying to include do I need to make a separate one to just check and make sure the door handles aren't trapped in any obvious way or anything like that, or is that all covered by my?
I would assume that for any trap checking, you are first checking the floor that you're walking on before looking into a completely separate object.
Okay. Well, in that case, I'm also gonna just inspect before. I'll beckon them to kind of come up. It's hallway's clear. Let me check this out. Looking at the mechanism. Is there any sort of locking mechanism on the door, or is it just a big heavy door, as best as I can tell?
It is just a big heavy pair of oaken doors with iron pull rings to open them.
I will give him the help action thing again for the +5, and it looks like that gave him the guidance again.
All right. Well, I am going to once more make a wisdom check or a perception check.
Cantrips are fun, man.
So that's not quite as good. 17, and roll 1d4. So it's 19 this time. Still pretty good.
You inspect the doors and you can find that they are not trapped.
Well, I can't speak for anything on the other side of these, but hey, we're safe up to here, and they're fine. I don't think I can open them, but they're fine.
All right, if you guys say they're fine, I guess I'll walk up and I will cautiously start to push one of the doors open.
All right, you go to push against the door and it does not open.
I begin to slowly pull a door.
Great iron pull rings. Push.
Hey,
listen, man. I did the same thing when I walked full speed into a door earlier today at a supermarket. Had to sit
Did
there
you think
and
it was
for
one
10
of those
minutes.
automatic ones that opened up?
Well, see, it had a handle on it, so I assumed handle, pull. No, doesn't. So I about ripped the door off the hinges.
Hulk smash, wide door, no open.
So, Forrest, you reach up and you're just grabbing one of the pull handles to open it up?
Yeah, I'm gonna grab one and slowly open it, just enough for Golan or somebody to kind of check through, make sure there's no active things waiting right outside the door to hit us.
All right, so it takes a little bit of effort to open these heavy oaken wooden doors. So as you pull it open, I'm going to need everybody in the hallway, so that is everybody, to make a dexterity saving throw.
Jeez.
That's off to a great start. Is this... hold on. Out of curiosity, is this a dexterity saving throw being caused by a trap?
Yes.
Because I get advantage on it if it is.
I die, guys.
All right. So
Clearly better.
I mean, I'm behind the door, so I don't know if that helps me any, but it probably doesn't.
Zach, why do I see 2 dex saves?
I have advantage. I also have Dungeon Delver.
Okay, so when you roll that first one, you rolled a 12 and a 16.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So
see, it's
always rolling it as assuming you have advantage.
which
And if you don't have advantage, you just count the first one. If you have disadvantage, you count both of them, but you take the worst one.
fun fact, you actually can toggle that to like you can have it be always roll advantage. You can also set it to be like a toggle. There's a whole bunch of little options for that I found out.
Extra work.
Oh yeah, no, I just thought that was neat. I didn't know those existed till recently. Fun aside for Roll20 users, you can toggle that.
Right.
This is where I die, opening a door.
So as you go to open the door, the ceiling overhead crumbles and collapses. Stones, rubble, flagstones, larger than Golan, crumble to the floor, toppling most, if not all of you. So I need to roll a little bit of damage dice.
I didn't check the ceilings. That's true.
Would that topple me, or would I be like just like being bombarded by it and still be standing because I'm 8 foot tall and I'm a big boy?
You're a big boy, but your size is medium.
Okay, so I am like knocked prone then.
Since you failed, yes.
Okay.
I'm assuming that's based on whether you succeeded or failed.
All
Yeah,
right.
at least we have
So
resistance.
no modifiers. All right, Phantom, you will take 29 points of damage. Everyone else takes half. So that would be 28 rounded down. So everybody else only takes 14.
With resistance, do I take even?
Yep, you would half it again.
Yep, half it again. So you would take 7. That's right, you're resistant to bludgeoning damage, aren't you?
Traps.
Yeah, we're just Dungeon Delver just gives you resistant to damage from traps.
Oh, that's neat.
Did you cast resistance on me before I opened the door?
I did.
So that means I take half then, right?
I don't think resistance actually gives you resistance to damage. It's
I
That would
see
just give you a
guidance
plus
and
4.
dark vision, and it took more than a minute to dig this hole.
Oh, I cast it like right as he was opening the door. That's why I clicked the spell.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, there it is. It's right there. It's like right above all our deck saves. But yeah, it just gives you +4 or gives you plus D4 to the saving throw.
So then, would that do I roll the d4 to see if I passed, or is it too low that I wouldn't have passed?
Roll the D4 to see if you passed. Forest Thunder Tree, you do not pass.
Yeah, I didn't think
So you're still taking that full 29.
Yup.
Your screen flashes black and white, maybe a slight tone of sepia. You see the big red letter spell out "wasted" on your screen.
Let's see what you did there.
That was
Wait, I'm the hospital.
Firecast's idea. All right, so flagstones and rubble sits atop of your group. Dust billows up everywhere as you dig yourselves out. You're all injured, but you're not dead.
In my defense, I couldn't see the ceiling very well from down here.
Next time I'll lift you up.
Golan, you can see that the trap existed beyond the door.
Oh, okay. So I can, now that it's like with the door open, I can see where what triggered it.
Yep.
Well, that's devilishly clever.
It's a good start.
So this is what we're in for. Great.
Ain't life a lich?
Well, something in here is.
All right. Well, I guess. Well, everyone. I guess we're all still in one piece. So.
I don't know about you guys, but I have half of your half of hit points.
Ow.
Do you need a heal?
Yeah, I could use something.
Oh yeah, you took a pretty big hit, and you're gonna be squishier.
Like, how big of a heal? Like a small, medium? What are we talking?
Yeah, I only have 65 hit points, so I took 14 damage.
That's right. It's come to my attention that Mitchell is still a sorcerer.
I'll give you a poke with my staff of healing.
What's that do?
Well, it's a
Basically-
staff and it heals.
Yeah, I'm just
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
cure light wounds.
I'm not a smart man.
That's all right, man. We all start
I'm-
somewhere.
I'm just a big guy. All I do is I get hit by rocks, apparently.
So, an hour into this grand little adventure, and we
Dead.
have found a false entrance, had flagstones drop down upon us, and have been seriously injured by rocks falling. But not everyone has died. So,
We
that
defied
wasn't the
expectations. We're
entrance?
doing okay.
well, none of you have tried to argue about the rules with me yet.
Was that actually the entrance, or was that actually like a fake one, and we have to go back outside and find the entrance?
That was a false entrance.
So
Nothing
all
lies
that's behind the
beyond
door is a
except for-
trap.
Yep. Rocks, rocks, and more rocks.
Deceived.
I already hate this place.
Me too.
All right, well, back outside. There's clearly nothing else in here.
Clearly nothing else.
Maybe we should talk to that skeleton.
Oh geez. So
Golan just seems upset.
the life domain is fantastic, but
Oh, if you want to get people some hit points back, oh yes it is.
Yeah, I mean, I took
So-
a big hit, so if somebody wants to give me some hit points, that's fine. But
So for Follis Tech, you'll need to roll 1d8 plus whatever your spellcasting ability modifier is.
yeah, and then with the life domain, I actually had another 2+ spell level.
2 plus the spell level. So if that's a first level spell, you'll add an additional
Yeah.
3 to that.
Though you can cast it at, if you're pure life cleric, you can cast it up to level 5 at this level, I think. You'd have level 5 spell slots, I think. Or would you have level 6?
I have 6.
Oh yeah, so you can
Oh,
cast.
first
Cast
Moses.
a 1. Plus, it's with the staff, so I'm limited to a 4th level with this.
Oh, okay. This is from the staff. This isn't you natively casting it. Gotcha.
So wait, do any of you all have Speak with Dead?
The cleric does, I believe.
Ooh, nice.
I did bring it up earlier.
Yeah, but then
everyone's
we-
like, "Oh, let's go
We
over here."
sidetracked, but it's like, yeah, maybe let's maybe revisit that option. See what Decrepit McSkellyman has to say.
trap rooms, trap entrances, trap doors. I don't like doors anymore.
Mitchell, have
If you want the next level, you can take favorite enemy constructs and make your favorite enemy a door.
I am going to do that.
Please don't do
But
that.
that's a ranger thing.
Yeah, just take a level in Ranger the next time you level up.
I could make my next favorite enemy doors. No, mine will be ceilings. Well, and in a weird way, I already have one of mine's elemental, so I already kind of have it against the rocks.
Make it
That's
traps.
true.
Make your favorite enemy traps.
All right, so
Mitchell.
Are we going over to speak? You talk to Dad.
yeah, and he was over here.
Mitchell, also take 8 health.
Wait, who's
Who's
getting
that?
healed?
I'm healing Mitchell first.
Okay.
Thank you very
Also,
much.
Dan, to let you know, from the life domain, I also heal myself whenever I cast a healing spell above first.
I'll say this: clerics are in the same truck as bards. They're stupid.
Yeah, it's 2 plus the spells level anytime I cast a healing spell.
Anyway, Mr. Bones is right over here.
Well, I guess are we about to get on his wild ride?
I'm
This
waiting
is
for
the
everybody else
ride.
to move, so.
Well, everybody else is moving. Your computer may be slowing down a bit, so I'm just going to go ahead and jump you over here. Okay, you come back over to the skeleton that you have scorched the bones with Sacred Flame, I do believe.
I forgot we did that.
Yeah. I didn't even roll for it. Nobody even acknowledged it.
I am the Dungeon Mapster. I know all.
I mean, it'll still work. He's still a corpse.
Alright, so you cast Speak with Dead on it. What is that, a first level? No.
It's third, I'm pretty sure.
Oof. All right. So you cast Speak with Dead, and from the position where the skeleton was lying, face down in the grass, it quickly
I'll flip him over at least.
Okay, so you flip him over, you cast Speak with Dead, and I think the correct word I'm looking for here is ephemeral. Ephemeral or ethereal?
I think ethereal.
A spirit comes up that
They both work.
attack only you can see. Corpse must still have a mouth. Well, it certainly can, and can't be undead. Okay, so it's not a zombie. You can ask the corpse up to 5 questions. It only knows what it knew in life. Answers are usually brief, cryptic, or repetitive, and the corpse is under no compulsion to offer a truthful answer if you're hostile to it or recognizes you as an enemy. All right, so the spirit is animated and it sits up and it sits there. It looks around. It goes, "Huh? What? Yes? Who are you?"
I'm a cleric of life, and we've come to rid this tomb of its horror.
I'm taking a little creative liberty with this spell here. It looks down at its bony arms and through its rib cage, and it kind of pokes a finger through that, and it looks back up and says, "Cleric of life, you're doing a damn fine job."
I like this guy.
You're a bit beyond my power at this moment. If I get a chance eventually, I'll come back and help you out. But we need some help.
This was my treasure.
When I help you, I'll share it with you.
What do you need to know, stranger?
First of all, how did you die?
I was so wrapped up in finding this tomb. This horrifying tomb, almost as if it was a tomb of horrors.
I already made that joke.
Roll credits.
Title drop!
Cinnamonsins would have a field day. That I eventually became too exhausted to move on. I had run out of food and water, and I collapsed. But I feel I was close. I came in about where that big lug is standing, and I was told, "Look to the east, and you'll find a wealth of feast." Now that I think about it, it doesn't make much sense.
Food.
Okay. So I'm gonna turn to like one of my teammates and be like, "What else do we want to ask specifically?" I got 4 more questions.
Well, east could have been the secret door, and that didn't really get us anywhere.
Did he find any other traps, maybe?
Is that the question we're going with? Like
I'm
traps?
just throwing something out.
Is that a question you want to go with?
It's up to you guys.
Have you found any other dangers in the area, like regarding the tomb?
Ah, yes, the brambles are rather prickly. I don't recommend trying to get water out of them.
God damn it. I meant traps, specifically.
I died here. I never made it in.
Okay, so that answers that question. I guess we got like, what, 2 more?
2 more.
Well, we're making great progress here.
They are kind of evasive.
That's fair. I guess they are dead.
We've lost the bugbear. Or not bugbear, but the furbolg.
Furbolg.
Bugbear, furbolg, same difference.
Bugbolg,
well, You
furbear.
can still hear us, so we're good there. It's only when it comes down to exploration does it become a problem.
Yeah, you'll just have to move my character for right now. While I got this
Can
fixed.
do.
Okay,
I
2
can
more
do
questions.
theater of the mind. Ask what you will.
Do you have any advice for us moving forward?
He kind of like looks
Probably
over
to
to the
eat.
area where he was stabbing. He said, "Well, I feel that if I was going in this direction, from the powers beyond, I was really close to something. Or," he turns and goes, "maybe it was in the other direction. check every square inch of this cliff.
Oh, we're gonna be here a while.
We already checked quite a good section.
How far did you go with this one? This doesn't count as the final question. Because it's asking questions.
We we started on the very western edge and had a ceiling fall on us. Found a false entrance.
Ah, yes. It's a horrifying place. Go a little bit further towards the east. I feel something was there. I could feel it in my bones.
Ha.
Ask your final question. I'm rather tired.
Shit, do we need to know anything else from him? This was directed at the party, by the way.
No, I don't think so.
And with that, I bid you farewell.
You numbskull.
Any volunteers? Otherwise, I'm just gonna ask a random question.
I think we're good.
Yeah, I can't really think of much unless ask
what
him
was
like.
your name, your adventurer?
Yeah, why not?
Oh, God damn it.
Ah, yes.
John Bones Jones.
My name was Felbin Falstad. I came here after a great terror took over my home island. I ran a shop. Drink it like it's hot.
Did we just get canon? Did I just get canon confirmation this takes place in the same universe as our last campaign?
It does take place.
He came from Zelmuth.
Apparently.
But nobody knows that.
Yeah. That makes me happy, though.
Well, these bones are getting off this wild ride. Take care of that spear for me. And he kind of lays back down, crosses his arms over his chest, and becomes still.
Wait, take care of that spear.
Isn't it
there's something-
buried under a pile of rocks now?
It's already lost. We're sorry.
He's dead
Very
now.
quickly,
It
his
doesn't matter.
head snaps to the right. You son of a bitch! That was my favorite spear. And then he just bleh, expires.
Well, that was a
Well-
good use of a third level spell. Do we want to go get that spear? Because I feel like there's something interesting about it now.
What's the worst that could happen?
I don't
Rocks
really think
fall
we.
on us.
I doubt we really need the spear. I think it was just his spear.
I'll trust you.
I mean, we could go back for it. Would I have even dropped it? Actually, I made the deck save.
I'm sorry, what about the deck save?
I made the deck save. Would I have even dropped the spear? I was the one holding it.
No, you still have the spear.
Yeah, so yeah, we still have it. And, like, I since I didn't get knocked over or anything, I just got banged up a little.
All right, let's search to the east then, a little bit, like Chris pointed out.
I guess
Can
we'll.
I examine the spear a little bit closer.
Sure.
Sure.
Golan hands it over.
I'm a guidance myself,
All right.
It's a good cantrip.
just for continuity.
Yeah, always let me know if you're casting a spell, otherwise I'll assume that you're not casting it. Much like a rogue who wants to sneak, but never specifies when they're sneaking.
Gotta take the hide
Well,
action.
anytime I cast a spell, I'll usually link it in the thing just so it could be read for everybody. What kind of check am I making here?
I would believe it would be just a... Let's see, perception is to notice anything that exists in the area. Investigation is to try to find clues about a certain object. I would say investigation.
Gross. Does anybody have a slightly higher investigation?
Only if it's looking for a secret door.
Oh, you did
I have a
fine.
-1, so
Not
no.
bad.
Oh. Wait, you both have -1s to your investigation?
I'm not a very smart man.
Mine's better than that. It's not
Alright,
a lot
so-
better than that, but
Jack, you got a 19?
Yeah.
All right. You investigate the spear, and there's nothing that stands out about it. The wood is made of mahogany.
mahogany.
The spear tip is blunted just because it was like being smashed into the rock wall several times. You can't help but wonder this man was of low intelligence as well because he didn't use like the butt of the spear. Let's see here. You notice that towards the middle of the haft, it's very worn, but you notice the small engravings. To my love, Felbin Falstad, stay safe and return home.
Whoops.
Well, that's failed.
Okay. So we know about the spear now. You can have
So it is
back.
sentimental, and that's about it. And I'll hold on to it for now. It's at the very least it is a useful trap finding tool,
This is very true.
especially for me because I'm small.
All right,
but
so
I guess to the
Mr.
east.
Falstad, said go a little bit further to the east than where y'all had been, and you might find something.
I'm gonna laugh if we just start going this way and there's something like obviously staying. Okay, no, we're at the edge of the map.
I'm gonna start walking that way then.
All right, so Golan, you're checking the area like right in front of you, ish.
Checking the area in front of me.
Tiny person.
Yeah, or
All right, you go just a
Yeah.
little bit further to the east, and you sink that spear in, expecting to hit something, and it just sinks right into it.
well, we got more dirt.
Trap robe.
Wow.
Also nailed it.
Felbin Falstad was true to his word,
It was
or he had a good feeling about it.
so close yet so far.
Yeah,
I wonder if
Forrest,
the ceiling's
you
gonna,
need heal as well.
So, do a little bit of digging now, or
Yeah, I
what's the
guess we're digging.
all right? Takes 10 minutes to create a crawl space, but I guess you're digging out the whole thing.
Yeah, I mean, if it's anything like last time, I don't think just a crawl space is gonna do us a whole lot of good. So
I can dig it.
Ha.
this one certainly goes in further.
Give me just a second.
By the way, Phantom, did you still need a heal? I forget.
I mean, I took 29 damage.
So, yes.
All
No,
right.
he's good. He's good.
The corridor before you is made of plain stone, roughly worked and mortared, with a 10-foot high ceiling. The paving stones on the floor 50 feet south of the entrance of this area are unmortared and shift slightly. Well, hang on, I read a little bit too far. They're unmortared.
Well, I mean, I was already gonna be trying to look for traps, so and that seems
Do
to
they
be
shift slightly.
That shift slightly, yep.
I'm gonna do the same thing I did in the previous hallway. I'm gonna work my way down, checking for traps. Keep an eye out for that. Well, I guess I need to. I guess I'll only notice the unmortared if I actually roll well here. But
Yeah. Thank you very much for not metagaming. I appreciate that. Lesson to all you hopeful DMs out there: read ahead in any source material and then read back. Read to yourself and then read to them. Determine what's useful and what's not.
All right. So, was anyone gonna? Okay. So are you gonna guidance me first?
I'll do the help action.
All right. I did say I was gonna do it just like last time. So is that fair to say? Given they were doing that last time, I could wait. Because, like I said,
Yeah.
I'm gonna do the exact same way I was doing it before. So, with the with my tall friend giving me a better view, help him with a better viewpoint, and then the guidance
I'll
spell.
hold him
So,
up if I have
Alright,
to.
so who's
well,
traveling with you?
holding me up will probably make this worse. I mean, your set of eyes is a better viewpoint. Tapping the ground is what
I will
gonna be
do the
wanting.
help.
But so that's 22 plus 1d4. That's 26. So
Nice.
All right, so I'm gonna shift you ahead. You're not gonna activate anything.
yeah, because I'm assuming at the very least I can. Yeah, the detecting
Oh.
traps I'm good at. Disarming traps I'm not necessarily as good at.
Right, and Forrest, you said you were traveling with Golan.
Yeah, because I'm helping him out.
All right, so I'll have you
So
right here as well.
Forrest, take 9 health.
Yeah, because for doing the help action, you do actually have to be
Cool,
within
I will
5
add
feet of
that
me.
health when my computer is working again.
Damn, that's Rosie.
All right, so you make it to the paved stones on the floor 50 feet south of the entrance, and you are able to notice a change in the floor as they shift very slightly.
When I notice that, I hold up my hand to get everyone to stop, but specifically Forrest, since he's right there with me.
I'm still way back here.
I stopped.
Yeah, but just I'm not looking super closely behind me. I don't know if you guys were like he wouldn't have noticed if you were necessarily following behind him because he's paying attention to the floor and walls more than he is where you are. But still, just so he reflected. It's like, all right, well, this looks suspicious. Is it all of those flagstones in front of us, or just these two, like that are right in front of us?
As far as you can tell, it is those two to start.
All right, can I tell from here? Can I tell the ones in front of them? Can I tell if anything's going on with them?
2 seconds. The ones like directly in front of you?
Well, the ones I like. You're saying the ones directly in front of me. Or hold on, let me just get the pinging tool. Let's make this a lot easier.
All right, it says
how do you do that
paving
again?
stones on the floor 50 feet south of the entrance are unmortared and shift slightly. You.
So it's just all the paving stones like leading up to the door, pretty much. After a certain point.
Let's see. Nope, it's just those paving stones in front of you and in front of Forrest.
All right. I guess my question is it all of them, or is it just the two directly in front of us, or is it the ones in front of the door as
directly
well?
in front of you.
Gotcha.
That one, that one.
Perfect. Okay. So
Have
the
we
ones.
checked the ceiling?
You look up to the ceiling, and though it is roughly worked, it looks very stable.
Okay.
I sense paranoia.
Hey, I don't want to get hit in the head with stones again. That's the size of Golan.
Your head's already broken.
Standing outside of the tunnel.
If you were to
Alright.
jump, Forrest, you would knock your head on the ceiling.
It's not like
so
it's
Because you're
super
8 foot
tall.
tall, and the ceiling. Yeah, the ceiling is only 10 feet high.
Ah.
You'd have to. Well, you're wearing the boots of springing and striding, aren't you?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you just rocket through that like Mario.
Do I find coins?
Wahoo! No, they're standard brick blocks.
The only coins you find are the ones already in your bag.
See, how do you? I'm trying to find what the rules for like. I was looking at them earlier and how to like. Okay, yeah. So the general rules are like investigation check to try and figure out what you would need to do to disarm it, and then dex. I'm not gonna be able to disarm it. I have no skill at doing that. I don't even have the tools to do that. So
10-foot pole.
that's disarming it by triggering it, as opposed to disarming it by.
10-foot pole.
Yeah, keep.
And don't forget, each square is 10 feet. So you guys are in the bottom half of the squares. For example, right. If you hold down the Alt button and go to move your character.
Okay, so
forward-
okay, cool. Good to know. I did not remember that.
Yup.
Didn't really come up in the last game, in any of the games I played in Roll20, but so what I am going to do, I turn around to the group. It's like, all right, so these two large flagstones right in front of us, definitely suspicious. Would not recommend stepping on. Don't know what they do, but probably nothing good. But they look. I mean, there's no mortar around them. The height on them's a little different. They do not line up with the rest of them, and I would not trust any weight on them.
All right, rest of the group. How do you take this information?
Come back here. I have an idea.
All right. Okay.
I just simply wait for Golan to tell me where to step.
Well, right now, so you have an idea? Okay, if you have an idea, all right, we'll come back. The rest of the hallway up to this point seems fine, so.
Yep, rest of the hallway up to that point is fine. As far as you know.
Yes, best as I can tell. I'm fairly confident.
So how does everybody feel about me casting Sacred Flame on it?
I mean, if it works.
I mean, might trigger it. I don't know. I don't know how magical. I don't know how your divine
I don't
fire
really know how
works as far as
it works.
pressure goes.
I mean, it's worth a shot.
Yeah, well, I'd say it can't hurt, but that's probably not true. If we do that, probably don't want to be in the hallway. AKA, Dan, you probably need to move.
I think Forrest.
You cast the Sacred Flame onto the rock.
Wait.
I want to move away.
Yeah.
You cast it first.
I
No,
jump out of the way.
That's
No,
why
no.
I
Freeze,
that's why
freeze,
I-
freeze. Stop,
no,
stop.
I told him to.
Told him to get out. You cast it down onto the rocks. There's a slight shift in the stone. Nothing happens.
I still don't trust it.
Alright, would you like to move out now?
I want to move behind Furfallis. Big 8-foot guy is gonna stand behind the dwarf.
Alright, so you move back outside where they are standing.
Yes.
And let me double check something real
Another.
quick. Oh, you're barely able to cast it on that. Neat. Alright, you cast it on it, the stone shifts slightly again, nothing happens.
Just machine gun.
You can machine gun it all day, nothing happens.
Damn.
Maybe. So either it's not doing anything, or it's just like not enough pressure, not enough weight, or it's a trick and it's not a real trap. Which, great. That's what I want. Fake out traps. Golan would
another-
look at the camera if this were a TV show.
You do the Dwight smile.
Yeah,
Not the
pretty
Dwight
much.
smile, the Jim smile. Thank you. Thank you.
I never watched The Office.
Well, the Jim smile is a half-hearted a little bit.
I don't even know. Jim
Okay.
is.
That was it for my idea. I mean, I have another idea, but I'm gonna wait till we progress a little bit further.
So are we all back outside then?
Yeah, we're all back outside. So the only things I can think of is, do we want to? If we had anything with more, does anyone have anything to like? That's a long throw. It's like whether we can actually.
Got holy water, but that's only.
Yeah, it's like I mean like
Yeah.
a rock.
Ball bearings. I
That's not gonna
have
be
a
heavy.
10-foot
A
pole.
bunch of rocks just fell on us.
That's true. I mean, we could
Yeah,
literally go
I
back,
can
get a
carry
rock, and like chuck.
840 pounds.
Go back,
I
get a
can
rock,
get
and try and
one
like
boulder
chuck it
probably.
down there at it. That's a long way to throw a big boulder, though.
I think Forrest can lift like a ton.
Oh yeah, he can carry it. That's not a problem. Just because that my concern is if just I'm hitting this this cantrip effectively over a rock, maybe it's just not putting enough force on it to actually do anything. Whereas a big ass rock hitting it will definitely do something if it does anything.
Who wants to go get a rock with me?
Sure.
Okay, I will go back and go just far enough to grab a golden-sized rock, and I will immediately come back to where everybody is and roll it down that hallway until it hits the things.
Okay,
Going
so you
bowling.
come back to the entrance where everybody stands. Go ahead and make me a strength check.
Okay, strength check.
With some guidance.
Strength or athletics? Just asking, because I could see that being athletics.
Wow.
I would say strength because it's like a a shot put, except way heavier.
Oh yeah, that's why I'd say I would have guessed athletics.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that was
Because you
strength
generally
check.
when you do a skill check, you do it's for a specific skill. Not it, because that's a strength
fair.
save that he just rolled.
That's fair.
It's different.
So, yeah, thank you for that, Golan. Go ahead and make me an athletics check then.
Yeah,
Okay.
sorry, not trying to rules too hard.
No,
Just
that's
generally
all right.
speaking, I feel it's
No dungeon master knows everything. God knows I don't know everything.
makes skills feel a bit more rewarding
I
too.
think that one works a little bit better.
That does work a little bit better. You shuck that rock a good 40 feet, and it stops in the square right before
And
the flagstones.
I am not currently showing rolls. However, I can change that very easily. I was mostly just trying to have more of the map be visible at one time. But
I
I
don't
can.
think we need to show the rules, really, do we?
Well, someone just asked in chat is the thing, so that's actually. I can. Hopefully, I won't fuck this up. I can change it if people really want to see the rolls. I can change it so the thing is visible. It just means less of the map is visible. Because it'll be the same frame since this is just the Roll20.
Yes.
Gonna send you a quick little message. Continue with adjusting the screen.
Yeah, actually, yeah, you're the DM. What would you prefer? Would you prefer I have rolls visible to chat, or
sure? Let them be visible. Let's
right,
let everybody join this adventure from
give me
your
a
points
minute
of
to hopefully
view.
not fuck this up.
Where are you sending me this on? Oh, okay.
Come on, Matt. Join us for the entire wild ride. Join us with the suspense.
And watch our shitty roll.
I'm actually not gonna make changes because it's getting all the cropping right on the fly. I don't want to screw this up. So for the next session, I may change to having the rolls visible. I just don't want to screw it up.
Okay,
So this thing stopped like right in front of the pressure plates or whatever, right?
I already messed something up a little bit.
Yeah.
Can I use the 10-foot pole to like push it just enough?
You would have to be well inside the
Or
cave.
can I like go pick it back up, walk to the edge of the entrance, like closer than I did when I threw it, and then roll it again?
Sure.
Still like stay like 30.
Yeah, no.
feet
I
away.
hear what you're saying. So we can do that.
I want to say
So
like
you're gonna be
30
standing-
or so feet away, and then
Yeah, so you'll be standing like on the dark colored square, and you'll chuck it from there.
And
yeah. Do
another
I need to roll
guidance.
another athletics?
Yeah, go ahead and roll me another athletics. All right, you chuck that flagstone, and it lands right on that dark square, that shifting stone. And from there, from right here, so right in front of you, you see a large block begin to slide out of the wall and towards the opposite wall. So I need everybody to roll me initiative.
Oh, that's not what I expected.
We're fighting the rock.
You might get locked up.
Do you
Yeah, my
think
rolls
that we're gonna? Do you
been
think
too
that we
good.
might get locked out?
That makes it a very short adventure.
Well, I know. So it's like, should we try to go in?
I don't know. That could be like a blessing in disguise if we just can't go in, and this is where we end it. Like,
And we're done. All right.
we're done, guys. We
that
got locked
engine
out.
sucks.
Game over.
I do have
All
a
right.
mining pick, unfortunately.
Oh shit!
It's
Shit. I
going-
screwed things up.
6 inches to the west right now. So it's about 10 feet thick, and it looks to be made of a very dense stone.
Does it look to be alive, ready to kill us?
I apologize for some of the weirdness happening on stream right now. I accidentally dragged a frame in the wrong way, and now I'm trying to fix things, and oh god, everything is broken. By everything is broken, I mean it's just minor technical difficulties. Close enough. Whatever. I'll fix it better later. We can fix it in post.
All right.
There's a
So-
post.
No, there's
Cool.
not. Not at all.
You have first initiative, and you are currently, as this isn't combat, I don't really have a turn order going on. You're currently 40 feet from the affected area of where that block is moving. So you would need to make it at least, 50 feet, we'll say, in order to get past it, if you wish. So-
I'll go ahead and do that because I, in a pinch, do have a way of getting back out. So
All right, so
I'll have to do a dash because I'm
take a mad dash action and
Yeah.
rush forward beyond it. How far are you able to travel?
It'll be 50 feet if I dash. So
Okay, so you're gonna wind up right where I indicated, just on the other
Yep.
side of it,
pretty much back to where I was when I first came in here.
like right about there.
Yeah, because I think that's yeah, because
All right.
the stone's one set behind me now, right? Roughly.
Kind of, sort of. It's rolling. It's sliding pretty quickly, so everyone's gonna have to.
Was I already like in here slightly? Because I said I wanted to be like 30 or so feet away from the platform that I threw it at, or
You would be, so you're about 30 feet away from the platform, so it's like sliding right in front of you. So if you'd
am
like,
I
you can
like
use.
right where Golan's at? Or...
No, you are roughly 25 feet back from where Golan's at.
So right about here, or no?
No, right about. Let me move you. Right about there.
Okay.
There we go. That looks a little better again.
All right. Well, it's not my turn, so.
That is correct. It is Barabas's or Baracus's turn.
I'm gonna run in there because I also have a way to get out if need be.
All right. So, how far are you able to go?
30
All right.
feet.
Would you have to take a dash action to go further?
Yes, dash, please.
Okay.
Everyone can go
So-
farther than me.
Yay! Short, stubby legs. So. All right. I will move you right towards where Golan is. A little off to the side there, but more or less same spot. If you wanted to stand right up next to him, or if you wanted to go further.
I'll just stand next to him.
Alrighty. You're standing next to Golan. So we are going with Mr. Tack.
I'm just gonna.
I didn't mean to
dash
actually
for it.
click that, but that's how I could get out.
Ooh, nice. So,
I'm gonna
Tack,
expand
you're
it so I
rushing
can look
forward
at
as
it.
well?
Yeah.
Alright, I assume you would rush forward to the other squares next to Golan and Baracus.
Yeah, that's fine.
Alright. So you can go ahead and move your character to the square next to Golan and Baracus. And Forrest, we are to your turn.
I mean, I have 40 feet of movement, so I don't really need to dash, but
But, you know, you
what?
can move forward.
yeah, I
Can't
just want
really
to move
step
forward
in.
to where everybody else is, I guess.
Alrighty. So you move forward to where everybody else is, and that's where we want to stay? Correct?
I mean,
Correct.
unless I'm dead, then I didn't want to be there, but yeah.
Alright. The stone finishes sliding off towards the side, slams the wall right next to it, and any light from the outside, from the stars and the moon, suddenly gets cut off from the rest of you.
I miss the trees already.
this is-
You are inside the Tomb of Horrors hallway.
This
Ahead
is
of
also
you is a set of mahogany doors instead. Or no, let's go with something a little different. I'm going to say cherry wood doors
I don't like doors.
with
Fear of
iron
doors.
pull rings that are carefully polished as a means of opening it.
Somebody check the ceiling.
Did you guys do that earlier?
and the traps aren't ever actually on the like. You can look at the ceiling. I'm gonna. Well, it seems like I'm gonna go over the flagstone that specifically has already been stepped on to trigger things. Oh, sure. And actually, just looking at the chat. Yeah, Pigeon. There's a very good chance we're all dead because Tomb of Horrors. And
Oh, hi, Pigeon.
Matt, I am playing. I'm Jeeps. I'm playing Golan. He's a halfling Horizon Walker Ranger. If everyone wants to do a quick intro before we just real quick now that we have more viewers.
Before
everyone
we
wants to,
dive, let's tell
yeah,
everyone.
let's do
who
a quick
they were.
let's do a quick
so-
reintroduction now that we got some viewers.
All right, so my name is Dan. I am the Dungeon Mapster, or my handle Dungeon Mapster. I'm the Dungeon Master for this nice little Tomb of Horrors dungeon delving adventure from Tales from the Yawning Portal. You can find it at your local game shops. Highly recommend supporting your local game shops. And starting with Phantom.
I am Phantom 8-Bit. I am playing the 8-foot tall Furbolg named Forest Thundertree. He is a Way of the Element, or what is it? Way of the Element? No, it's the
Starting with Barbarian.
yeah, Barbarian. Crap, what is the name of it?
Storm Herald, I think
Storm.
it was.
Yeah.
He's a Barbarian Storm Herald, Way of the, Circle of the Moon Druid, and also a Way of the Four Elements monk. He is a mongrel.
He is an abomination to most people who dare go beyond the multi-classing. You go even further beyond.
He's somebody.
He's the
that
Super
I
Saiyan level
wanna get
3.
to-
He's the Super Saiyan level 3
Sure.
of this party.
Never
Very
watched
strong.
never watched DBZ, but yeah.
All right, so moving on to our gracious host for this stream, Mr. Jeeps.
Hey, that's me. I'm Jeeps or JP or Atna. I got a whole bunch of handles. I'm like I said earlier, I am playing Golan Rasselnut. He is a halfling Horizon Walker Ranger, and much like the rest of us, is probably going to die in here. So you know, there's that.
Forrest will probably be first.
All right, and going on to Mitchell.
My name's Mitchell. I'm playing the Tiefling Storm Sorcerer,
Whose name is
Baracus.
Baracus. I'm sorry, I've been pronouncing that incorrectly this entire time. And last but certainly not least, we have Farfalis.
Yo, I'm Tech. I'm just playing a standard Dwarven Life Cleric. And that's pretty cool.
Metal Mario.
Bring you all up to speed so far. There was a lot of
Metal
searching,
Mario.
talking with a dead skeleton that I have put in there, and they have found a trap corridor with a false ceiling. Rocks fell, but not everyone died. I have homebrewed a different rule into this regarding death. Instead of hitting negative max hit points to die outright in case of massive damage, that only has to go to half of their negative max. So it's a lot easier to die. So, readers beware. All right, so the large, dense, 10-foot stone slab closed behind you, cutting you off from the night light that is outside, being the moon and stars. Ahead of you are two large cherrywood doors with polished iron pull rings as a means to open.
I'm taking this time to cast Mage Armor on myself.
Probably a good call. I'm gonna.
I'm totally gonna cast Mage Armor too. I mean, I can't, but
I'm gonna cast my regular armor that I'm already.
Mage Armor would be probably worse than your unarmored defense if you cast it.
I don't
Yes,
actually.
they're also level
Yeah, I'm
12.
saying even if you could, it would
Okay.
probably be worse than your unarmored defense. But I'm going to go up to the doors, going the path of the. No, not that one. Sorry, the one that we already know has been triggered, like of the. Because I don't know if both of these flagstones do something different. So I'll go around the one that we already threw the rock on to trigger the wall that closed behind us.
I can go ahead and tell you that they both do the same thing.
Okay, so it's okay, so it's like very clear that it was all kind of one thing.
Yeah.
Okay, well in that case, yeah, I go either way. It doesn't really change anything either way. I'm gonna go up to the doors and I'm going to, much like I did before, examine
you step
them.
on that flagstone, you hear a click, and nothing happens. So I just wanted to throw that in there just to spook you.
I'm gonna assume maybe mentally I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, we are also level 12 for anyone watching. So yeah, I'm assuming that all of these were well, I'm gonna, you know what I'm going to do. I'm gonna go examine the door and mechanism of the door and see if there's any obvious.
I will help.
Yeah.
All right, so go ahead and roll that perception check.
Alrighty. Hey, Giz is in the chat. Perception check. So yeah,
Plus your 5.
yeah, so 25.
All right, so with a 25, you are not able to detect any traps with this door.
Well, I'm very confident then that there are no traps on this door. It is not part of a triggering mechanism or anything like that. I mean, it seems safe. I can't promise what's on the other side of the door, but door seems fine. Yeah, I know. Door was fine last time. Didn't stop the rocks.
Is anybody able to make sure there's no magic stuff that might be around here that could hurt us instead of the traps?
I have Dispel Magic.
Yeah.
I mean, can we detect magic? I can do it,
Hold on.
but I don't know if anybody else has one better.
I mean, we all have detect magic.
I'm actually not sure if I do, but
I mean,
I do
can
not,
use it
so-
for free. I can use it for free once a rest.
Yeah, I'm just wary about using spell slot.
Okay, then I will use Detect Magic as my Firbolg trait for my once per rest ability.
Okay,
And see if there's
cool.
any magic.
I will let you go ahead and do that. However, I will hide the results from everyone until I get back from a quick bio break.
Okay.
Commercial break.
Quick, DMs are in the restroom. Everyone do crazy shit.
Blah.
Yeah, we're...
I cast Thaumaturgy.
I go invisible. And then I pick up Golan.
I'm pretty sure you'd still have to make like a grapple check for that. I mean, probably. I think you
you're
get.
fighting me on it.
So I'm just now learning that apparently ritual magic doesn't take the spell slot. If I
No,
take
you have
time
to take
cast
like
it.
10
Just 10
minutes to
minutes.
cast it.
Yeah,
and
if you
then
can. Yeah, if
not
you
use
cast.
spell slot.
Yeah, if you cast it as a ritual, which takes 10 minutes, it does not take a spell slot.
Bullshit.
Yeah, so if a battle lasts 100 rounds, you're good.
Yeah, it's yeah, usually for use of casting stuff out of combat.
Like detect magic.
Detect magic.
Yes.
Yeah, if you're not in any sort of rush, it can be a decent use of
I think we shouldn't be in a rush to die, so.
Why? Why rush?
Instead of using your Firbolg, well, shit, you already used it. Fuck. Well, for
I mean,
future
it's a once a day. It's one of my things that I get to do without even having to think about it being like a ritual. I also have it as a ritual. Like, I also have the spell that I can do as a ritual if I want. But like, I can turn invisible once a rest. I can do detect magic once a rest, and I can do I can basically like do a disguise self once a rest.
Well, since Dan is gone for 10 minutes, I can go ahead and cast this real time.
Oh my god, we got Chase from Panera.
we're
Hello, Chase.
yeah, Stormy's here, Chase is here, Redham's. We got
Giz,
Giz. We got Redham in the
Redham's
chat.
here.
We could use
I don't
Redham's
know
help.
any of you guys, but hello.
All right.
Giz,
so,
apparently this takes place in the same setting as our last campaign, so if Redham wants to come help us, I'm down.
this is about far, far away. It's a hidden island. Anyway, you go to check for magic presence on the door, and you detect none.
It's for a certain distance, so is it able to see behind the door?
It's certain distance, but it is blocked by stuff.
Well, I don't know how thick the door is, so that's what I'm asking.
How far does it extend? Answer me that.
I am pulling it up right now, unless somebody can pull
Yeah,
it
if
up.
anyone's got
faster.
detect magic on their spell sheet, I'd just click it because that'll be quicker.
Yeah, I got it. Hold on. There you go.
Got it.
All right. You can detect nothing beyond the door.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can go 3 feet beyond the door, or if it with it, but it get blocked by 3 feet of wood, so it can go probably through the door, no problem, I'd imagine.
I mean, is the door 3 foot thick?
I can't imagine it is.
Wait, everybody back up real quick.
Okay.
Back it up.
I'm gonna cast
Take your flame.
Thaumaturgy on it.
Yeah, I'll black all the way up since I don't take up a whole lot of space.
You're
Yeah,
gonna
I'm
what on
backing
it?
up behind
Thaumaturgy.
Tack.
You can
Eh.
force an unlocked door open.
All right. There is a rumble as the hand of God works its way through you, and the doors swing open, revealing a solid wall of rock and stone behind it. It's a dead end.
Are you kidding me?
So this is
I told
another.
you I hate doors. I told you I hate doors.
So did we literally just find another dead end door, and now well, some of us at least are trapped back here?
It seems that way. The journey's end lies ahead, or was it merely a trick of the light?
We did.
It seems that way, right?
I'm gonna go up to back up to the stone wall. And
So my detect magic is up for 10 minutes. Is there any kind of illusory wall? Is there any kind of magic behind this door?
Nope, nothing.
can I check? I'm going to check for secret doors on the stone wall behind the door.
All right, go ahead and roll it.
What would that be? I guess it can be perception or investigation, I think.
It says if you have a general idea of what you want to look for, it's investigation.
I will help.
All right, yeah, because I'm not as good at investigation, but I do have an advantage on it, so.
Well, there you go.
Advantage and then my help.
Have some guidance.
Sure. Yeah, it's like it's like, all right, well, let's make sure that let's not panic yet. Let's make sure that this isn't just
Team effort.
There's not something hidden here. This place is tricky. Investigation. That's not very good.
But you get guidance because
so it is still, but that is still, it's a 16.
All right,
so-
you find
Isn't it a
nothing
17?
but the solid cold reality of.
Yeah, sorry, 17, not 16, but
17? Oh, okay. So while feeling along the wall, you find nothing but the cold stone and reality of your current situation.
All right, let's get out of here.
Yeah, good. You guys do that. I can.
I can take you with me.
You can? Okay, good.
I'm gonna bust out my mining pick.
oh, dimension. I'm guessing you're just gonna dimension door.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can take one person with you with dimension door, I think, right?
One willing creature of equal size.
Yeah, I can,
I'm totally willing.
and I cannot take someone with me. Is the problem?
I live here now.
Well, he's got his pick.
Yeah, I
Wait.
got my pick.
Oh,
It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Misty Step can't take people with you, and doesn't need, and it's like I'm not using Misty Step for it, but that's the only like spell I have that can do it. I was just gonna use my Ethereal Step ability, but
I mean,
that does
I
not
do
let me take
have-
people with me.
I do have a 6th level spell that I could get out with, but I really don't want to use it.
Let's just long rest after that. It might be the only
You know
chance
how
we got.
bad I'm gonna be if that door that we went to the first time, where he said it seems like there's nothing but rocks and crap.
That one actually was a real entrance with a secret door.
Yeah.
Well, let's
Yeah,
check
well,
out the let's check the stone thing that just closed. See if there's any sort of mechanism for like reopening it before we
Yeah,
start
let's do
blowing
that.
spell slots. Like,
Yeah, that's fair. I'll do my Dungeon Delver perception bullshit.
so it's gonna be
Alright.
these would be what, investigation or still or perception.
I don't think it matters.
Well, yeah, yeah, he rolled real well. I'm way better at perception than investigation. So
All right, so Tack being you're a mountain dwarf, right?
Yeah.
Being a man of the hills, you know your stone when you come across it. And this is a very fine specimen of one of the densest stones you've ever laid eyes on.
Can I
Good
cast
piece
Acid
to take
Splash
on the
on
mama.
it to soften it up?
I'm gonna stay behind Baracus when he does that. Can I pull this boulder back into place?
You mean like pull it off of the...
I mean, like, it came out of someplace, right? Can I just, like, push it back in? I mean, I'm a big boy.
Oh, you mean the giant 10-foot block?
Yeah.
Your hands cannot find purchase as it slid into the wall.
Well, what if he uses the acid splash to make enough room for me to find purchase?
It would
Like, to carve a little bit
require...
into the wall.
This is a very dense, hardened rock. It would require a lot of acid.
It's a cantrip.
So what would you all like to do?
I would like to get out.
So, Tack, you have no way to get out.
I mean, I got a planar ally, but that's about it. Just summon an angel, be like, hey, get me out of here.
I fucked up.
Yeah, that's my go-to. That's what I got.
Here, this is what I say we do, just for us, because I don't think we're gonna get out of here. Let's just all get out by using our spells, take a long rest because we'll be outside, and then we start over.
I'm down, sure.
Sure. I'll get out using Baracus' spell.
Yes.
I have my once-a-day guidance thing, I guess. Hold on. maybe I don't have to use the spell, but I mean, I guess if we're wanting to like refill anyway.
So, what does your once a day guidance do?
Oh, the divine intervention.
And what does that do?
It gets them out of holes.
That.
Ah, I gotcha. Your need is great. Describe the assistance that you seek.
I'm stuck in a room, can't get out. I just need out, like, you know, to get back outside. Wait. Can't use it again for 7 days.
Yeah, this is a once a week ability.
Roll the percentile.
That doesn't sound good. He said you need to get out. He might not let. He might get you out of this hole and put you in another one.
Maybe he'll put us in the correct entrance.
I don't know.
GM chooses the nature of the intervention. The effect of any cleric or domain spell would be appropriate.
That's a no.
Your faith is strong, but you need proof. So we're standing on the roof.
The good news is that means you can always try it again. I would probably don't want to spam it because I could see the DM taking advantage of that. It only gives the cooldown. Oh, you can use it again after a long rest if it doesn't work. So it doesn't get you out of here, but you didn't blow it for 7 days.
All right, planar ally it is.
Planar ally, find us the entrance.
All right, so everybody uses their high-level teleportations and whatnot to GTF out of that situation. What in the absolute tarnation?
Sorry, my bad.
So for those of you that can't see what's going on here, on the rolling screen for Roll20, for Follis, Tack here just linked Planar Ally,
It's a long
and it is
spell.
a hell of a description. So I'm going to take this nice little period to read all of this, and this quick commercial break is brought to you by Dungeon Painter Studio, aka Jeeps, for hosting, and copious amounts of Red Bull and salt for my players.
What if you can get your planar ally to take us all to the entrance?
The skeleton lied to us.
Also, keep in mind, you may potentially have to, like, we might need to, like, pay them or do something. They don't just...
I will gladly give this thing 1,000 gold. Take us to the entrance, so we no longer have to keep running into fake ones.
I mean, 1,000
Is
gold,
a-
we could use them for an hour. Yeah,
Yeah. Take us to the entrance, clear out traps.
I don't think it'll take that long. Well, okay, take them to the entrance. Yeah, okay.
It flashes before you in a brilliant, flash of light. I'm an English major, damn it.
What,
I'm an English graduate,
shows.
damn it.
what
it
did I
shows.
summon? Huh?
It looks like a dwarven angel. A dwangel, if you will.
Wow.
Dwayne,
There
and
goes-
there's a
Dwayne
It's
the
a-
Angel Johnson.
Speaks in a mix of celestial and dwarvish.
I do have both of those.
That sounds confusing.
Celestial.
Oh, hi, lad. What can I do for you?
We seem to have gotten stuck in this room.
Good
and
job.
We're trying to, right? We're trying to get to the entrance to this dungeon, and so far we've triggered some traps and had a series of mishaps. We'd just like some assistance.
So what do you ask of me?
Take us to the entrance and get rid of all the traps.
I wasn't talking to you, you overgrown piece of trash.
Wolf.
Could we? Could you take us to the entrance, or is that too much? Could you just like take us outside?
So you're wanting to get back outside to come back inside. Is that right?
Yes.
Well. And I say this in, my sarcastic, smart-assy DM tone. Lawful good does not mean lawful nice. And, what's gonna be taken back up to the high heavens on your friend's behalf.
How about some diamond dust?
I do like me some diamonds. But something that glitters and sparkles is more to my attention.
Diamond dust is glitter and sparkle.
Coin lad, I gotta pay for ale back up in heaven.
That's fair.
It might be heaven, but that just means the beer's good.
He's got a tab.
Party members, I'm down to 40 gold after buying all these components.
I will give you 300 gold to give to him to get us to the entrance if he's gonna do that.
That'll give me 3 minutes.
I'll give you
That's all it
1,000
takes.
gold.
Alright, so Forrest is willing to hawk up 1,000 gold. Anybody else willing to fork over some money?
I have like 64, so.
What does he
I
say?
have the
Is
most
this
gold.
enough?
He looks down at, the sack of 1,000 gold. He takes, about an hour to count it because 1,000 gold, takes a while to count. And he goes, "This for the 4 of you. That's dividing up your time, you know that."
How much time does it get each of us, Mr. Angel?
It gives us 15 minutes.
15 minutes to get to the entrance, then.
I
mean, an
swear
angel
to
should be able to
Morden
work
and all that is
fast.
good. If that oversized log talks to me again, I'm gonna charge
I'm
him double.
talking to for Flawless, not actually the Angel.
Oh, I thought you asked how long does that get us, Mr. Angel?
I did that, but then I was saying the rest of it to him, to Flawless.
Okay. He kind of looks at all of you and goes, "I'll help. I'll take you out, drop you off where you need to be, but you're on your own from there. Any other help you might need, you find someone else.
Good enough?
You can?"
Dolan just nods politely.
Yeah, that's fine. That's good, thank you.
Oh, about time. Some bloody manners. And with a flash of light, you all disappear. And reappear.
Wow, we were way off.
I blame the
Both
skeleton.
times.
And without saying anything else, the dwarf turns to Dolan, takes the spear, turns to the wall, and just chucks it straight through where Baracus and Forrest are standing right between them. The spear sails clear through, and he goes, "There you are." He grabs his gold, he jingles it, and he goes, "Ah, pleasure doing business with ya." And he disappears.
This is why I'm an atheist.
Ill-advised in a fantasy setting.
I believe in
don't
Mother
say it while
Nature.
he's
I don't
still
believe
here.
in dwarven angels that are dicks.
You literally just met him.
You guys where we
And
need to
then we
be a
died.
little bit. You're the
So,
one who said you'd pay 1,000.
also, of course, I should have guessed it was the wall with the gravel and sand. Why didn't I think to look there? Wait, this character's not that smarmy. He probably wouldn't be that sarcastic. But, oh, okay, well, guess it was the part that was an illusion, and we don't have to dig it out. Great. Well,
He might just be strong enough to just hug it through.
I guess I'll go up to the, to where he threw the spear through, and I, draw my short sword and prod it through.
You prod it through, and you feel nothing on the other side.
So it's just, there's no resistance at all, it just seems clearly illusory.
No resistance.
Wow.
Okay, time to take a nap.
So are we napping here?
Are we actually taking a long rest already?
I did just use a 6th level.
You did just use a 6th level spell to help us
And I
find
did
the
just spend
entrance.
1,000 gold.
Well, you won't get that back with the rest, unfortunately.
I think that deserves a nap. More the loss of my gold.
Alright, well,
Except in one other instance that I've ever seen in my D&D career, Forrest just paid the world's largest bar tab.
I mean, hey, Angel's got a drink apparently.
Pretty high constitution, so
I mean, it's a dwarven angel. Take dwarven constitution, angelic constitution, put it together, and you got one heck of a bar tab.
Yeah, and after spending all my money on bills, I tend to be very tired, so... Yeah, All right, so we're taking an 8-hour siesta.
Yeah. Do
All
we
right.
want to do watch rotation?
I'll watch first as long as I get my long rest.
I'll do
Yeah,
second.
if everybody does a watch, you're still able to get like a long rest.
Since we're
in.
taking a long rest anyway, I'm going to go ahead and, to give us a bit more cover, go ahead and set up, pretty much, yeah, because it's not concentration. I can just do it 3 times and kind of set up a whole little ring around us. I'm going to, around where we're sleeping, I'm going to go ahead and take a few minutes and cast multiple times to get the whole area alarm around us. So if anything gets within a certain distance, it will ping and wake us up in case something does try to sneak up on us.
Gotcha. And Golan, you cast dark vision on yourself, so you're back down to the torch after the long rest.
Yeah, after the
Or is
long
that
rest,
something you would
dark
just
vision.
recast on yourself.
I'll be back down to the. I'll light the lantern once we're back up from the long rest, and I'll cast dark vision probably again before we when we're about to head inside.
Safe to assume. All right.
While I'm on watch, I'll cast dark vision to be able to see without the lantern to
How long
not give
does
my
that
position
last?
away. It's 8 hours. It's the same thing
Oh.
as his.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
gotcha.
just the dark vision spell. Yeah.
It's just
So-
my 2nd level spell, and I haven't used any of my spells, so I'm gonna use dark vision before I take my long rest to take first watch.
All right. So the lantern gets doused. You activate your dark vision. 8 hours go by as you all take your watches, and you try and struggle to remember why you joined the Adventurers Guild in the first place, or rather the Adventurers League, because haha, name drops. And the night passes without any instance. It's about 10 a.m. the next day before you guys are feeling refreshed enough to start trying again.
All right, round 2. Let's let's give it a better effort, and let's not have rocks fall on us or get trapped in any holes, or
You were asking way too much.
Oh no,
Stupid
I know.
angels.
Oh, I'm aware.
Stupid
All right.
angels.
I
So
like how we've triggered 2 traps and we're not even fucking inside.
We have not made it into the dungeon yet,
Hey,
and we've already
but we
triggered 2 traps.
survived 2 traps too.
all right, so I take it that you guys take the hour to clear out the entire thing.
I mean, yeah.
Oh, so it is that we do. I thought you said we didn't have to. This one was like it was just an illusion this time. I thought.
No. When he hucked the spear, it went like straight through. I'm sorry. When you said resistance, I thought you meant like the wall on the other side.
Oh no, yeah. I thought you were saying that there was no. It wasn't dirt this time. It was just an illusion.
Oh no.
Okay, well
Sorry.
in that case, yeah, we'll clear it out.
Can I
Alright.
have cleared it out the night before, like before I went to bed? That way we don't have to spend another hour and we can just go.
You would not have been able to benefit from your long rest at that point.
Well, we could have done it
Because you
before
would've
the.
been
Well, we would have already
That's-
said
like,
that.
During my
That's
watch,
true.
like sitting there digging stuff out, looking or whatever.
Right. It
Never mind,
really doesn't
whatever.
take anything else but just a little bit of time. So either way, the stone got cleared out, and I'll leave it for this morning just because I didn't want anybody to go in during the night and do something possibly not at all that smart. But after the
We
hour,
would never.
you guys can see from daylight pouring in and your own visions the entrance to the Tomb of Horrors.
Well, it looks safe.
Bright, brilliant colors are to be
That
seen
looks
everywhere.
So bad.
The stones and pigments undimmed by the passage of decades. The floor of the corridor is a colorful mosaic of stone, with a distinct winding path of red tiles about 2 feet wide snaking its way south down the corridor. No stonework can be seen on the walls or the ceiling 20 feet above, for some sort of cement or plaster has been smoothed over all of these surfaces and then illustrated. The scenes show fields with kine grazing, a corpse with several wolves in the background, workers of various races, and strange human-animal mixtures, pig-human, ape-human, and dog-human, going about various tasks.
Look, it's my family.
Certain of the frescoes show rooms of some building, a library filled with many books and scrolls, the door of a torture chamber, and a wizard's workroom. There are chairs, windows, boxes, bales, doors, chests, birds, bats, spiders, and all manner of things shown on the walls.
Hey Dan,
Yes.
what was this ruin or dungeon's original purpose, and who was its builders?
To serve as the hideout for the renegade wizard Acerak, as purported by rumors, and its builder was. I'm sorry. But Barracus just said, "Yo, mama."
Oh shit! That's funny.
I mean, I'm proud of her.
That's funny because we're
architectural
dumb.
abilities.
If it was your mom,
Insofar as building it, I would tell you who built it if it gave me that information.
Just
Acerak's
make something
uncle.
up.
I'm just gonna say Acerak.
I mean, I was gonna be okay with just slaves, but okay.
Slaves of Acerak, sure.
Oh wow.
The pig human, ape human, and dog humans built it.
my ancestors.
Oh, when you first said your family, I thought you were talking about your real family. Like, damn, dude.
No, wow.
Brutal.
I mean, I have a little gremlin, but that's not it.
And he's an adorable little gremlin. All right. So, what would you all like to do?
Is the
As we
red
have
tile
20
path
minutes left.
blood, or is it just a path?
It's marbled. It's like red marbled stone. He was saying.
I feel like it's marbled with blood, but
Winding path of red tiles about 2 feet wide, snaking its way south down the corridor.
all right. Well, who wants to check for traps?
Well, now that we
Yeah,
found
that's
what,
the whole-
yeah, now that we found what is definitely the like more legit entrance, I'm gonna take a step closer to the entrance. I'm not gonna go in yet, but just get a little closer. And I'm going to, just because this I can see at least helping me to like finding exactly where they are. I'm gonna cast Find Traps.
What's the range on that?
120 feet. Here, let me put it in the thingy so you can see what it does. It doesn't tell me where they are exactly, but, and I've also, I cast Dark Vision on myself again, too, earlier, so yeah, I'll just put that in there, too. I'll technically do that first, but Find Traps, so pretty much I know, I can sense how many, pretty much within 120 feet of my line of sight, I can, pretty much sense how many and roughly what kind of traps. It doesn't tell me exactly where they are, but I figure that might make it easier for me to then actually find them.
But it would not reveal a natural weakness in the floor, an unstable ceiling, or a hidden sinkhole.
Yeah, pretty much if it was just something of, well, the place is falling apart, that's not a trap, that's just the floor is weak. If it's the floor was deliberately designed to be weak, it would detect it. If it's just it's old, it wouldn't.
You said 120 feet?
Yeah.
That about covers the entire damn thing.
Pretty much.
I'm gonna cast Dark Vision on myself too.
It is.
I'm gonna be a dwarf and continue to have dark vision.
Yeah.
Ah,
In this
shut up.
particular.
Realistically, I should have played a class
hallway?
with dark vision, but yes.
You detect 4 traps. Hang on. Wait, nope.
Oh boy.
And so it
400
begins.
traps.
2 seconds. Five.
So there's 5 traps.
Oh.
5 mechanical traps.
Can we do perception checks to check like the integrity of the walls, the floors, the ceilings?
Probably not with just at a glance too easily.
Well, I mean, I'm 8 foot tall. I can probably see the ceiling a lot easier.
You would assume. So if you want to go ahead and roll that perception, you can. However, you're only going to be, like, with any perception check, you can only perceive things up to, your vision.
I cast Dark Vision on myself as well earlier, like 2 seconds
I
ago.
have not taken that away. So,
You haven't taken it away, so it is
Yeah,
there.
So you still have the dark vision line of sight on the map right
okay,
now.
cool. Give me 1 second. My thing is flying.
detect traps because, sorry for the F-bomb, everybody, but fuck rolling.
I have to use detect traps, or I'm using perception.
You're using perception. I was just talking about Golan's detect traps.
Oh, I mean, I have that. I can pull it up if you want.
It's already.
Golan already detected the traps.
Yeah, it's like I know
I
they're.
can pull it up for you to
Well,
use.
right.
It's in the chat.
No,
It's in the
no.
chat already. I already.
Yeah,
I
we
did.
already got it.
But yeah, I'm gonna. So I know there's 5 traps in here. I can see that there's like that's a chest right up there, right? And there's the weird marbled pathway.
Right.
Is anybody
So-
helping me with perception checks or no?
What are you doing? You're doing perception checks
I'm
for.
looking to see if there's any weaknesses in the walls, floors, ceiling, to make sure we don't have any pitfalls and crap.
Have
The stuff
some
that the detect traps doesn't find.
I haven't yet, but I mean, I'm about to be. I'm about to pretty much be. I can give you that. I'll use the help action. I'm standing right next to you. I'm about to be doing that, going down the hallway.
So, Baracus, so thankfully, in the rules, you cannot crit fail or crit succeed on a skill check. You just roll very low. But I still like the humor of you stare at the wall and you go, I think this is stable.
That's
And it's
really
really just
interesting.
looking at the wall outside.
Yeah, which did seem
I
stable.
accidentally hit it twice.
Stable.
I accidentally hit it twice, so I'll take. I
Well,
got the
yeah, we'll
first
take your first roll.
which
I'll
is
always take the first roll in that
17
instance.
plus 5.
So
that's-
total of 22. So with a total of 22, you can tell that, or what seems to you, that everything is stable. The ceilings, the walls, the frescoes, all stable.
Thank goodness for my roll then.
I tell you, Baracus, I don't think I could have done it without you.
Well, I'm gonna start trying to see if I can figure out where these actual traps are. So, here's my plan. Dan, I'm gonna do some stuff that. Oh, actually, first I look. Which one? Because I don't have that spear anymore since it's clattered somewhere. Wait, no, the spear would be back up here somewhere, right? Now that we dug it out.
No,
He hucked it
He threw it.
clear through to the other side.
Oh, do I see it anywhere?
You do not.
Okay, well I'm saying like if it was like right here, I'd just pick it up again. But I look over if you got that 10, like you'd have to be carrying it, or if even just someone has like a quarterstaff. Keep in mind, I'm like 3.5 feet tall. 10-foot pole is very long for me.
You can use my quarters.
Yeah, quarterstaff, I imagine, is a little shorter. That's like a 10-foot pole for a halfling. Well, if you'd be so kind, can I see that for a minute? The and reaches.
Yes.
So I take the quarterstaff, and what I'm going to do, so I'm going to step into the hall. I'm going to do my finding traps perception check, because like I said, I can do that at my normal movement speed, and I'm going to use my winged boots, so I don't have to touch the ground.
That's cheating.
It is absolutely cheating. That's why I took winged boots. And I'm gonna, for everyone, winged boots are, because I don't have them an easy way to link them here. While you wear these boots, you have flying speed equal to your walking speed. You can use the boots to fly for up to 4 hours, all at once or in several shorter flights, each one using a minimum of 1 minute of the duration. If you're flying when the duration expires, you descend at a rate of 30 feet per round till you land. The boots regain 2 hours of flying capability for every 12 hours they're not in use. Given this is a very small thing, I'm going to be just using it for a few minutes. Given I can move at my normal speed and do this, I can make it most of the way down the hallway in just a few minutes, so I'm not too worried about using it up. But, so I'm going to do the detect traps thing that I had been doing, but with the extra advantage of I'm not going to be touching the ground at all. So with my feet,
I will give you guidance.
All right, that's going to work on one ability check of that choice. But since he's flying through and I guess ramming the pole onto the ground to try to like.
I'm using it like you would normally use a 10-foot pole for tapping lightly to probably not ramming it, tapping lightly for to detect. I'm not trying to set them off. I'm trying to find them.
All right. So guidance is not needed in this. It's like he's just stomping through.
No,
Without,
I'm guidance. I'm literally doing what I did the other 2 times, just with the advantage of I don't have to touch the ground. So if I accidentally miss something, I'm not going to set it off by stepping on it.
All right.
I'm doing fine. I'm detecting traps.
I mean, do
I'm
you
gonna
need
go
us
ahead
to
and
help, or
Depends. If you help, keep in mind to use the help action, you have to be within 5 feet of me.
So there would really be no
Which point?
reliable way for you to help.
Yeah, well, you
Then,
could, but
yeah,
you
I will
would not
stay-
be floating above the ground. At which point,
I will
there's
not stay
no
above
reason for me to be
ground.
doing this
All right.
with the wings. So, should I make my perception check, or start making perception checks?
Actually, what I want you to do is
die.
move to an area and make a strength check.
Like where specifically?
Move to wherever you believe the traps are. It tells you how many traps, but not exactly where, correct?
Yeah, that's why I'm trying to find traps, like the
Okay,
manual
so
way.
you're going in like a steady line, just tap, tap.
Yeah,
tap.
I'm doing literally what I did in the other 2 hallways.
Minesweeper.
Okay.
Because I can do that without,
That's
like, it doesn't
Minesweeper.
slow me down to do it because of the Dungeon Delver feat. So I can go at my
Okay,
normal speed
so-
and make perception checks trying to detect traps.
You say you go about
Find where they
halfway
are.
down the hallway, or?
You know, I'm gonna be doing it. I'm effectively gonna be doing it in like, 25-foot increments because that's my
Okay.
movement. So I'm just gonna be moving at my normal rate, and I guess like it would be like one attempting to find it per like movement would probably be how it would. The rules are kind of not vague,
kinda
but like
gray.
somewhat up to interpretation.
Right.
So
Raw and rye. Go ahead and make me a.
should I move up to the max thing and then like go to where I would end up, or should I just roll it now?
Well, if you're going, 25 feet per, go ahead and make strength checks for every 25 feet.
Strength checks. Wow, my strength saves are actually pretty good. Strength saves or strength checks?
Checks. So your first one would be,
Hold on, my strength
And-
checks are significantly worse.
they would be right about in this area, where you would be going first.
Yeah, no.
All right. So as you move forward to this area, you can just stop right on the arrow. You find no traps. And as you move forward another 25 feet,
Curious, why am I making strength checks and not like using the normal finding traps rules?
as it's presented to me in the source material, it is strength checks.
It's weird because the rules for finding traps are perception checks.
Right, and for these particular checks, it's trying to find it here. Okay, so hang on. Let me read over this real quick.
Yeah, just
I
that just
apologize.
sounds really strange.
Tomb of Horrors is really strange. So there may be a few things that was lost in translation to the conversion. Okay, so I won't reveal, what you can find and where. I'll read this to you verbatim as it's presented to me. A character who succeeds on a DC 15 perception check can discern the actual trap location.
Yeah, that's what I want to be doing.
Okay, so
Yeah, I'm doing like I said.
Fine.
I'm doing what I did in the other
Okay.
2 hallways. I'm doing find trap perception checks.
okay, so
Let me roll those.
perception for that first 25.
And just because I feel it is worth a shot to ask, since I know how many and the nature of the traps, can I get advantage on it?
How many and the nature of the traps?
Yeah, because that's what find traps gave me. I know how many traps there are within 120 feet, and like roughly what kind of danger they present, which could give me like in theory, give me a clue of maybe vaguely where they might come from. I'm saying like, it's okay if no. It's just the only.
Right,
It's
I will give you advantage.
or a
because
boon of
give you
some
a number,
sort.
but not like the general area. I will give you a +5.
Yeah, let's say it doesn't have to be bad. Just like that, I feel like that's largely what find traps is good for, is making you better at actually then trying to figure out where they are.
Right.
Well, in that case, let me go ahead and roll my perception check, which is okay. Well,
Yeah,
I
he's
do not have
gonna be-
advantage on finding traps. I have advantage on, but I have guidance, so it's +5, so 18, and then roll 1d4, so 21.
21, you find nothing in the first 25 feet.
Guidance again.
All right.
Guidance has a range of touch, so you would have to
Oof.
be you'd have to be keeping up with me after the
then
first
once
one.
you know there's no traps, I'll just move up.
I guess that's true. Yeah, I can. Yeah, within the first.
I'll move up.
Yeah.
with-
So up to where I am now, I have not detected
give you
there. I have not found any traps yet.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
I'll move up with my 10-foot pole at the ready and give you guidance again.
All right. Try to move your token either to the side. If you go
Yeah, that's
right
what I
on
tried to
top,
do.
they're not able to access that.
Is it good now?
Yeah, you're fine.
All right, I'm gonna
Just
go.
because the map is weird and each square is 10 foot, you guys are like yay big. I can go ahead and say whether or not something works or is within that touch range.
Well, I'm gonna go up to So I'll do the next 25 feet. I'm definitely gonna check specific. Like, I'm also gonna check specifically to see if that chest thing is trapped because it just seems like it probably is.
Okay.
But I figure that could be that might end up having to be a separate check because it's a.
How far away is that chest?
That's about another 10, 15 feet from you, Forrest.
Can I stab at it with the 10-foot pole?
Yeah, sure. You whack at it with the 10-foot pole and nothing happens.
Alright, so we know it's not a bomb that goes off if you hit it with the 10-foot pole.
If it was a
We're learning.
fireball, you would have been well within that distance, well within the explosion.
Yes.
The most outstanding feature in this location is actually outstanding. Let me read that to you verbatim again. The most outstanding feature in this location is actually outstanding. 2 jackal-headed human figures are painted so as to appear to be holding a real bronze chest that protrudes from the wall.
Okay, so there's like it's painted figures on the thing, and the chest is like coming out of the wall, like they're holding. That's neat.
Yes.
That is really neat.
Well, I'm going to.
With those jackal-headed things, would I be able to like knowledge religion them and see like what they were or who they're supposed to?
I can go ahead and say because it presents nothing to me, I wouldn't be able to give you any detail on it.
Okay.
I'm trying to pull straight from the source, and because it doesn't say anything, I can't say yes or no to knowledge religion.
Hey, for follows, can we do detect magic? Since you can do a ritual version of it.
Yeah. Can we?
Yeah, Pigeon. I'm fairly convinced the chest is trapped, but you know.
Well, I mean, like he can follow behind us.
Oh no, yeah, no. Yeah,
Yeah,
someone
it's
again. Someone in
magic.
chat would just said it's a trap. Chests are untrustworthy. I was like, I'm sure it is.
I was thinking it might
It's a
be like a
mimic.
mimic, which is why I smacked it first.
They're all mimics. All chests are mimics.
Well, Dan just said
I've
the whole
not
dungeon.
actually fought a mimic at all.
Dan just said the whole dungeon's a mimic, so that
Oh,
seems
no.
bad.
Oh, well, we're already eating.
Rip.
All right,
Okay.
so Golan, go ahead and move up another 25 feet. Use the measuring tool if you need to.
Oh me.
And
Since
make me
it's-
another perception check. I assume Forrest gave you guidance.
Yup.
Yeah, when he got up to me, he did. So that puts me on.
Once he clears a
here.
section and says it's not trapped, I move up behind him.
Do you want me to make a test to check see if the chest is trapped too?
I
or-
prefer it before we walk past
Oh
it.
no, yeah, Dan. Dan, do you want me to test like specifically for the chest in addition to the other, or would it all be covered by one?
I'm gonna go ahead and it would have to be a separate one.
Okay, well let's
Because
check.
the chest is a separate entity than what you're currently doing.
That's what I
figured.
figured. But let me. Let's check the chest.
Before you do that and accidentally trigger it, do you want me to cast detect magic, like ritual style, on it?
Well, I'm not gonna be. I'm not like gonna try and do anything to it. I'm just trying to determine if there is a trap there.
Oh, okay.
I'm not trying to like disarm the trap or like open the chest.
I mean, detect magic works for 10 minutes, so you could probably be ritual casting it while he's checking the next 25 feet. And then by the time you're done with that, he'll be.
Oh, I'm
done
able to
with
check the
25
25 feet in like seconds. Like
Oh.
it doesn't slow me
20
down
seconds.
because of Dungeon Delver. So
Yeah.
like this is taking me like a minute.
Seconds.
Yeah, like it's like 6 seconds a turn. Like this is one turn I'm doing this in effectively. Like this
Okay.
this has been like a minute of checking total so far. If probably
If
not
that.
even. I mean, it's narrative time, so it doesn't technically have to be that quick, but like it doesn't slow my movement down to do it at all, so I can do it while moving at my full speed. Also, Dan, just
Okay.
quick question: is this still count as like, as far as terrain goes, would this still count as a mountain? It's somewhat relevant to me.
I'm going to say no, simply because everything on the inside is.
Yeah,
like,
that's what I figured.
paved.
But
It's not really a mountain. It's like a big hill, which I guess is like a mini mountain, a minton.
the outside, I figured could have been covered by mountain or grasslands, but
Grasslands, yes.
yeah, because I've got that too. I have 3 favorite terrain types at this point.
On
But
the inside, it is like if everything was just a rough hewn.
yeah, then it would be
I would
inside a
consider it, like,
mountain. But
mountain.
this
but
is a
this is
dungeon.
like- Yeah, tomb dungeon.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna go ahead
Alright.
and I'll investigate the chest first.
Yeah, so go ahead and roll me a perception on the chest. You also got to be
With guidance.
right
Yeah,
doggone in front of it.
yeah. This is. Let me move my token back in front. This is when I was still. You're gonna have to hit Alt to do it. The fine movement. With guidance.
Alright.
So 19.
So, you are able to note that it is hinged on the bottom, so as to allow the lid to swing down if a catch on the top is pressed. So, as you are doing that, you are able to see that the catch has an easily seen poison needle trap. It sticks out 3 inches. It sticks 3 inches out of the wall. Very difficult to see to just a passing eye, but taking the time to do so, you are able to see the slight glint of metal.
All right.
Just open it up from the side.
Yeah, there's definitely a chest poison. There's a needle trap on it. Might be able to, if you know where. So does it look like if you know it's there, you could open it in a way that the needle would probably just miss and do nothing?
Yeah, pretty much.
Then open it.
All right. In that case, yeah, I'll maneuver around to a way where I could do that, and I will.
All right, you do that, and you hear the quick tink as the needle shoots out from the chest and hits the opposite wall and breaks immediately.
Is there anything in the chest, or is it just a trap?
Wait, detect magic.
Oh yeah, I'm not gonna grab anything in there. Yeah.
Let's see here. Tells me that there is nothing in the chest.
I had a feeling it's just a. Well, I'm sure that's killed someone at some point.
Can I take the chest?
And I'm gonna do my. Well, I'll go ahead and do my perception check of the actual distance of the room now.
Going to say no. It is fixed to that very solid structure.
Guidance.
Yeah, you have to
All
get
right,
up. You have to
so-
get closer to me to do it again.
I'm saying it, but I'm actually character as I say it.
Thank you. So you walk up to Golan, and I'll let you move your character on your. There you go. Cast guidance,
Trying to move
and
out of
let's
his way.
see. I believe Golan, you were going back to your standard location of right there.
Yeah.
That's your second 25 feet, and go ahead and make
Yeah.
that perception check.
I don't think it matters too much for the roll on the 1d4, but with that 20, 24.
You are able, as you are feeling around with the 10-foot pole, you are able to discern edges of what seems to be a lid.
Where is this exactly?
It is right. Yeah.
So on that little kind of. Is it on the marbled bit, or?
Yeah, on the marble bit. I'll draw a little freehand here. Whoop. Whoop.
So that seems like it's probably something to
Berica
avoid.
says, it's a Picasso.
Alright, well, avoid that. That seems troubling.
What,
All right.
what was the nature of the trap?
It just seemed like I don't know. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, what were the natures of the trap? What was the kind of I guess I was able to sense earlier there was some sort of poisonous trap, some sort of.
I'm sorry, I only told you about the 5 traps that are not the poison needle. My apologies. So there were 6 traps in total.
One of which was a
found 2 of
poison
them.
needle.
Yeah, so you found 2 of them. So there's 4 left. Let's see. Let me look at my map here.
I guess vaguely,
You're
what are
also
the
able to
dangers?
discern-
Yeah, what are vaguely the type of traps they are? Because I guess that's.
They are mechanical, and from what you can do feeling around because of your perception checks, you're able to discern the edges of lids in the floor.
Do they seem like they
Like
does
something
he
you would
see-
fall into.
Let's see here.
I'm trying to understand exactly
You
what
discern
lid
the
feels.
edge of a pit's lid.
A
Gotcha.
pit lid.
So
So
they're
they are
okay.
pits.
Pitfall traps.
Yeah, pretty much.
I see. I guess with this, I can tell pretty decisively. It's just the floor would fall away.
Yes. You don't know what's on the other side.
You have your
Gotcha.
rain boots on.
Oh yeah, I'm not worried about falling through them. Part of me was debating. It's like that's true. I don't know what's on the other side of them, so it's almost like I could part of me is like I could knock them. I'm debating if I could trigger them since I wouldn't fall, just so it'd be easier to see where they are. Was kind of my
If you
thought.
want to, go for it.
I just don't know if they're like you said. I don't know what's on the other side. It's like, but what if there was something waiting on the other side? But he probably just means there's spikes.
Most likely.
You know what? No, I'm gonna.
Trigger him.
Just go ahead and trigger them. It'll be easier for us to not
Yeah.
fall into them.
That first one, the one by the chest, I'll go ahead and jab it real quick with the quarterstaff.
All right.
Just
Go
to
ahead
get
and
an
make me a strength check.
Okay.
This is where the strength check comes in.
Oh, yeah, I'm so strong.
You still have guidance.
Oh, do you cast it again?
It goes for 1 minute, and I can
That
recast.
is on the next
Yeah,
check.
it only works on the next
That is
check
every
you
single
make,
check.
though.
Oh, well then I'll step up and cast it again. I was stepping up and casting it whenever he was done with checking traps and stuff.
Okay, so go ahead and roll me that d4.
So, an whopping 8.
You press down on it and nothing happens.
Can I hit it then? With my 10-foot pole?
Go ahead and make a strength check.
Alright.
I feel you'll be a little significantly better at this.
Yeah, my strength's not my worst stat, but it's not my best. It's my second
Let's
worst.
Strength save.
Yeah, just hit where it says strength above the number. It'll do it.
That's where I hit. Oh.
Yeah,
that might be better.
not in the saving throw column, above the actual stats. That'll roll the just a raw strength check.
I'll still count that. So
I mean-
you press down with your 10-foot wooden pole and nothing happens.
I'll cast Sacred Flame on it.
Nothing happens.
I mean, we know it's there, so can I try it one more time to see if it'll actually go?
I see your first strength check. Nothing
I
happens.
accidentally pressed it multiple times, so yeah.
Right, so I'll take the first one. Nothing happens.
Okay.
Well, we know where they are, so.
Well, yeah, let's just go ahead and I will step up and cast guidance on him again. I'm not
Yeah.
moving my character until he does, but
Yeah.
I mean,
I'll,
I can move my character,
oops.
but if I move it over the X, I'm just trying to move it out of the way of the map. Is that okay, Dan?
You'll have to move very carefully.
Ignore that
Well,
I just put a pattern on the
X
ground.
him, but I'm trying to not put my character on top of his character is all.
Right. So I'll give you that little leeway, but just move very carefully.
Yeah.
Well, I'll move the next. I'll move up the next 25. So
All
it
right.
puts
So
me
you
what-
step up, you cast guidance just to give him control of his character again.
Yeah.
So that's here. Ish. And wisdom.
All right. So right there, you were able to discern.
Should I roll again, or can I just tell this?
Oh, yeah. Go ahead and roll again. Of course, I may have given something away there.
Well, that's actually pretty bad.
You do have that D4.
Yeah.
That's only an 11.
All right. You were able to discern nothing.
Again, I'm 90% sure I do not get a advantage on this. I just get advantages for doors. I don't get advantage for traps.
No, wait. I said you have the +5 going into this.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh, if I still have the +5,
So
then
it's a 13 plus 3, so that's 16.
in that case, it's 16.
Okay. I'm keeping tracks of all the buffs I give you guys.
I
You're able
forgot.
to
I
discern
actually
the
forgot
ledges.
about those +5s on all these.
You're able to discern the ledges right there. Everybody gets 1.
Is it another pitfall trap?
Edges of the pit slid right there. Yep.
Yep, feels like the other ones did pretty much. All right, so that puts
Yeah.
us at 4 of 6.
Wait, do we really want those trap doors open, guys? Because I think I have an idea to open them.
Let's not.
Let's
use
tackle that. Yeah,
We passed them.
we'll tackle that thought later.
I'm gonna cast guidance again.
All right, so you cast guidance on Golan again. I keep wanting to say Altessio.
That'll keep going. I keep wanting to say Adrian now because that's my warlock.
Go ahead and travel your next 25 feet, Golan.
That's peerish. Ooh, I see something
that
at the end. Thanks. About right, isn't
You're
it?
like right there. Yeah, no, dead on.
Nailed it. Yeah, I think I got a pretty good eye for it now.
Nailed it.
What did it? Finding traps check.
Perception.
Nailed it. That's a.
Nailed it indeed.
That's
This is just
a
for
lot.
my own. So that's a 34.
All right, same thing. So, Forrest, from where you are, you're able to move in a straight line down to
Okay.
cast guidance on Golan.
Yup.
So that one that you marked before, like right before where Golan is now, is that just in the center? So there's still like 10 feet on either side. Kind of.
All right, so
Yeah, I just moved right past it.
each square is about 10 feet, so 5 feet, 5 foot, 5 foot, 5 foot. So this entire thing is a single 10-foot square.
So it's like a 30 by 30. It's like a 30-foot wide room.
All right, so it's 20 feet wide. You got a 5-foot ledge, a 5-foot ledge. So you got 10 feet on as a total on the sides, and then you got the 10-foot dead center. So let me try explaining that again. I'm good. I'm good at English, not math. 5 foot, 10 foot, 5 foot.
So there is a way to walk along the sides of the ones that's in the center, like I just.
Yes, because you were only occupying a 5-foot square.
I think that's what he was asking.
Graduated with English, not math. Forgive me.
Guidance on Golan.
Guidance.
Before he does his next stuff.
Go ahead and move forward, Golden.
Before I do, I'm just curious. What is that I see at the end of the hall? That like the red marbling's coming out of?
Ah, yes. At the end of the hall. You mean like straight south?
Yeah, that
That's right here.
Yeah, that thing. I forgot how to ping like that, but
On the wall before you is a relief sculpture of a devil face formed of mosaic tiles. The face has a huge O of a mouth, inside of which the space is dead black. You still don't see the spear.
That sounds like a trap or magic.
that sounds like the thing that you see on all the art for the Tomb of Annihilation and Tomb of Horrors.
Fills
we
up with
didn't-
water, fills up with
Is
sand.
the
Is there?
spear still, like it's not sticking out of it? Or anything?
What's not sticking? Nope.
Okay.
Are you finding any magic during this for Flawless?
Do I detect
Since
magic?
you had detect magic on?
That would be a 10-minute ritual per, and I don't.
It'll last
know
for
the
10
time
minutes
on-
though.
It lasts for 10 minutes afterwards.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's 10 minutes concentration, so it's not like an
What's
instant
the
thing.
range on it?
30.
30 feet. You detect nothing from where you're standing.
Alright, well, I'm gonna keep doing I'm just gonna do my 25.
Guidance.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay kind of. Well, no, I'm just keep doing my usual 25 thing. It's not like I haven't been able to been directly in front of this thing kind of the whole time, but I'm gonna, I kind of eye that thing cautiously because it seems creepy. Damn it! Stop going over there. I'm not used to this holding down Alt thing for these squares. So that puts me about here.
That's fair. All right, so that puts you at about there. Go ahead and roll me another perception.
I think I got it. It's a
Well,
20. It's a 28 before I roll the D4.
yeah,
It's a 32.
you are able to see. Let's see here. I need to map this correctly. Dude. The edges of the final lid.
All right, so I have.
We found all the traps in this room.
Curious. Pretty much barring if there are any right up against the wall, because that would have been too far away for me
We
to...
should probably check the devil's face thing and see if that has a trap or not. So I'll give you guidance again if you want to check that.
Okay, I'll, yeah, I have...
Hey.
Because that would have been out of range of detect traps, that's true. Or find
Do
traps.
I know who the devil is, or is it just like generic devil man?
Generic devil man.
Beelzebub.
Heard. Well, if it was Beelzebub, I would know
Abaddon.
that one.
Yeah, it's not.
Belshazzar.
Probably know those.
Okay, so Gorlin, you go forward to inspect the relief.
Yeah, come up here.
Make sure you're on the side of it. That way you're a little bit safer.
Yeah, and I'm just...
Make sure we're all off the side.
Yeah, we're
I'm just looking... Oh, actually, yeah, I guess I come up... First, I guess I come up here. The hell, and... So now that I can see there's a doorway as I get up closer here.
Hold on, wait. Before you do anything, there's a path that leads on the red from the mouth of the demon. Do you think we should hop off the path?
I mean, I'm not on the path right now. I've been staying to the side, but I've also been trying to stay off the little red path in case that has anything to do with anything.
Yeah, I mean, the red path seems unsettling. In general.
I mean, it could. I mean, most of the traps where he's have been like right on the path.
Though, so not all of them have.
Not all of them, but a lot of them have.
Yeah,
been.
3 of the 5 of the pit traps were.
Alright, Gorlin, I'll also tell you because you're right next to it. One section of the path shown on the floor leads directly into a stone archway. The stone archway before you is filled with a veil of thick vapors. The stones on either side of the base and the keystone protrude slightly from the stones around them. As you move to within touching distance, the left-hand base stone begins to glow. Do you have a light source?
Yeah, I've got my lantern.
Okay.
And I have dark
The
vision.
left-hand base stone begins to glow yellow, the right-hand base stone orange, and the keystone 7 feet above blue.
Are those like warding stones? Are they gonna blow up on us?
Detect magic?
Yeah, is there any symbols or anything I can see written on them?
Nope, just the glowy stones. Let me see what a detect magic. Detect magic. I'm going to need to try and figure out what school of magic that is. You detect conjuration magic coming from that.
From the
the
stones?
lights?
The 3 stones?
Oh,
Or
no, just from
the,
that general area. And detect magic is like an aura, or is it targeted in a certain area?
It's his entire view.
Yeah, it's
and
like, it's...
focus to find out the school.
Yeah, it's...
Alright. So, from that area... Okay, thank you. If I ever ask about anything, just go ahead and link it.
Yeah, that's what I was working on.
This way, you can use your action to see a faint aura around any visible creature or object in the area that bears magic. Any visible creature or object in that area. So, you get aura of, what did I say, conjuration?
Yes.
Conjuration from here, and transmutation from here.
Well, I think that means the devil face has some kind of magic to it.
Well, you don't know that until Tack decides whether or not to reveal that.
Oh yeah, I'll reveal it. Yeah, that's fine.
And then
Okay.
that's when I'll say that.
I mean, clearly, because I can see.
And then did Golan check that devil mask?
No, I have not done
Devil face
anything.
trap yet?
I have not done anything with the devil face yet, because I saw when I got it and saw that there was an archway here. Well, I'm gonna go a little farther away from those glowing stones. If I get farther, I'm go kind of over to here. Do the glowing stones stop glowing as I get farther away from them again? Was it because they started when I got close to them, wasn't it?
Yeah, as you get away from it, let me read it over again. Yeah, as you move away, the glowing dims.
Interesting, interesting.
Maybe it's some kind of ward magic. Like meant to go off if it's like a proximity bomb or something.
Detect, that was in
What's a
range.
proximity bomb?
Also, those stones are within range of...
Here we are.
Those stones also were within range of Find Traps, so I would have detected them. It does detect things like Glyph of Warding and magic traps like that, so...
Yeah, you detected nothing from it.
Yeah, and that was within range, so I would know that there was still one trap I hadn't found. But, hold on. I want to do something...
Yeah, I believe the keystones were within range.
This is more just kind of almost a flavor thing, but I'm going to do it because it's what, if this was a more role-playing heavy campaign, this is what I would do in this case, given I just saw a weird archway with magical glowy stones, like, ringing it, pretty much. I'm going to use my Detect Portal action to, pretty much I'm going to try and find out if it's a planner portal.
Alright.
Let's take the staff in.
Just detect pretty much a third. I can, as an action, I can detect the distance and direction to the closest planner portal within 1 mile of me.
And the planar portal lets you know if it's a portal to another...
It's just, if it's a
plane.
portal that is, yeah. Yeah, literally it'd just be like a portal to another plane. I don't think that's what it is, I just want to use this feature once. Because I have
I
it.
mean,
As you go to detect the portal, you do
Literally,
not
if
sense
there's
that it is a portal to another plane.
Wait, really?
Really.
there is.
Are there any other within 1 mile? Because I can detect the distance and direction to... No, it's the closest one. So yeah, I can detect the distance and direction is that right there.
Nothing. It is not a portal to another plane.
Oh, it is not. Well, are there any within 1 mile?
That would require me to search through this a little bit. I do not believe so, but if we get to that point, I'll
Yeah.
look over it and tell you if it is or not.
Because, okay, yeah, it's fun. This seems like this is like the weirdest dungeon crawling class feature I have, and I just wanted to use it once, because it doesn't have any resources associated with it, and I figured, why not? Because that would be hilarious if
mean-
that was a portal.
Technically, don't liches get like demi planes or something when they're strong enough?
Well, I mean, Demiplane's just a spell, and they'd have to, like, actively have, like, just cast it for the portal to still be around.
Okay. I was like, if we ended up fighting something like that and it was trying to get away, it'd probably come in handy.
Yeah, Demiplane is, you cast it, and it creates the portal to your Demiplane. Demiplane is just, like, a 30 by 30 room, though, so, like, that wouldn't really be a good way to escape. That would just take him to a 30 by 30 room.
Required roll. So,
Are we
Plane
getting-
shift.
I mean, I don't know the full backstory on those people, but is this like our first Lich we've dealt?
I don't think we know there's a Lich. I don't think he was just bringing up
As far as you
Liches.
know,
I mean,
the rumors
we
say
know
it is
that this
a
was-
renegade wizard.
Yeah, we know
Exactly.
it's their wreck.
So, like, a portal is not outside the realm of possibility.
Yeah.
I just kind of wanted to see if this door was one. I'm going to, and again, sticking to my I'm not touching shit rule. Gonna, like, check out. I'm gonna detect. I guess I'm gonna see if I can detect if this skull thing is a trap. So wisdom save.
Let's see here.
I'm gonna use.
You can tell that it is a trap.
It is a
Detecting
trap.
traps, you can tell that it is a trap.
Well, I need to do my wisdom save. Like I'm not
Oh.
using find traps. I'm just doing what I've been doing.
Oh, I thought that was still up.
Find traps is just an instant thing. It's not a. I don't think find traps has a duration. It's just when I cast it, learn that.
It's an instantaneous spell.
Yeah. It's not a like maintained thing like detect magic.
Okay, gotcha.
So I'm doing the
go
old-fashioned
ahead
way.
Yeah, go ahead and do your check.
All right. Let me get the right things back up.
Watch the trap be like the tiles in Pokemon, where it shoots you in the center, or shoots you around, and it goes right back to the...
Oh, you're talking about those stupid movement puzzles like in Team Rocket Space.
And I have guidance still, right?
Throwback.
Yeah.
25.
So you are able to.
Don't you have a
detect
plus
that.
5, or is that not?
This one was out of range of find traps, so it would not be included in that.
Okay.
I already found all the
So,
ones that
You
were.
are not able. You are able to tell that this is a trap. So it is a trap. as far as trap checking goes, would you like try to discern what kind of trap it is? Like, how would that work?
So I've got question because the map like it's not just like painted on the wall. It's actually like a physical, it's almost like statue
is-
coming off the wall, right?
Yeah,
I actually know what it looks like.
described
Since I know what the artwork for this looks like.
a relief sculpture of a devil face formed of mosaic tiles. The face has a huge O of a mouth, inside of which the space is dead black, even as you hold your lantern up to it. Does anybody know Magic Missile?
No.
Cast it on the darkness.
references.
Yeah, references.
I'll cast
So-
Sacred Flame at it if that makes anybody feel better.
All right.
I mean, I could make a small flame pop up because
I'm
my
gonna
way
do
of the
something real
elements.
quick, just for everyone who's watching's come on, computer. There we go. Everyone who's watching's benefit. I want to do something real quick, just so we know what this looks like. 'Cause I do know what this thing looks like because I've seen this artwork before. Because this is a very
It stares at
iconic. It's a very iconic thing for Two Horrors. I'm gonna quickly put something on screen.
So while you go ahead and you find that artwork, I'll go ahead and
Alright, yeah.
read
It's
this
that.
a bit off.
Is it that? Is that what I'm looking at? Is it that, clearly, if you're looking at the stream?
I'm not.
No.
I'm looking at the stream. I don't. Ah, yes, it's that. So leave that
Uh,
up there for a second there for me.
Yeah, this is, for anyone watching, if anyone wants to look at the stream real quick, that's what's there. I was about to say, this is a pretty iconic piece of Tomb of Horrors, like, thing.
The relief juts out from the wall, eyes seemingly transfixed on the four of you, mouth agape, as though surprised that anyone has found the lair of what would be its master. Silence befalls the room as you begin to realize or begin to wonder what exactly you've gotten yourselves into.
I stick my tongue out at the thing.
Torches there.
And with that,
Is that what we're gonna call it?
that's where we're going to call
tonight?
it. It's rolling into 9:30 for the night for the week.
Hey, we survived!
Hey, we made it through a hallway, guys. We're off to a great start. For Tomb of Horrors, I'd say that's an achievement.
I
That
mean,
is
we,
a bit of
we
achievement.
also read the 2 exits and had to
Yeah,
call it
we also found the 2
Angel.
false entrances.
Yeah. We found two...
false
Yeah, go ahead.
2 false entrances. Rocks fell. Not everyone died. A sliding, dense brick of a block of stone threatened to cut you off from the rest of the world. Thankfully, due to teleportation and intervention from a planar ally, thank you, Angelic Dwarf, for that, you were able to discern, find, and delve into the correct location, the entrance of the Tomb of Horrors.
I'm
We'll
glad I
pick
still
back
had
up
1,000
here.
gold.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it came at a cost. We'll pick back up here next Thursday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time and run to about the same time next week. So thank you all very much for coming. I'm Dungeon Mapster. We have Phantom 8-Bit, Jeeps.
Forest.
Hey!
Well, I'm going by handles here. So Phantom 8-Bit, Jeeps, Mitchell, and Furfalis. Thank you all very much for joining us.
Hey, and yeah, thanks for coming by, everyone. I also, every once in a while, will actually stream other stuff on this channel. I haven't in a long time. I was playing through Metal Gear Rising. I might go back to that at some point. I've beaten it a bunch of times, so it's not like it was blind or anything. But yeah, maybe I'll have more streams on here too. But other than that, yeah, come back next Thursday. Watch us maybe die some more, or maybe not die. Maybe we'll all decide to
Another
jump.
chapter.
We might just try to jump straight into this thing's mouth, and who knows what'll happen.
Maybe not die.
It's
Maybe not
it's like the Goonies, right?
Goonies never say die, except
you
we've said die a lot.
guys.
Well, we've said die a lot so far.
We said die, but we never said we did die.
Yeah. No, but, you know, we never said die, except we said die. But who knows? We'll see what happens.
We'll find out next time on Dungeons and Dragons.
All right. Thanks for coming, everyone. It's been fun.
Bye!
See ya.